Blast ahoy and g'day once again to ye mateys! I be your gracefully bearded and mercurial DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me more joy than I could fit into an overhead luggage compartment to welcome you back to Corsair's Cove and our new show in my Humblewood world of Midnight and Madness. Above me, I have me hearty crew, the dynamic Rachel Fukar, the distinctive Jack O'Brien, not to be mistaken for any other Jack O'Briens, and the divine Dan Swelto.
There's probably a few, yeah. So.
Well, let's talk about these lovely folks, shall we? Rachel, you're very dynamic this evening. Tell us about yourself.
Hello. My name is Rachel Fukar. I'm a writer, actor, creative trash at large. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Rachel Fukar, because that handle is always free. Get wrecked, Jack O'Brien.
Oh.
That's right, common name.
incredibly.
Oh, God.
But no, I feel bad about it. So
I'm sorry. No, it's a beautiful name and it suits you perfectly. And I have a book also. Smoothest segue in the West. It's called The Rings of Mars, and you should buy it. And I promise if you do, I won't shit talk your name, okay?
Oh.
can we?
I will talk mad shit about your name.
That would be a pretty good like autograph service, like like a signed book with just like like Smith, fucking commoner,
2K Lee. You spelled that with a K, all right.
I only just realized, Rachel, you're in a stream with a guy whose first name is Dan and a guy whose surname is O'Brien.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know.
Yes,
My
I
fiance's
know.
name is Dan O'Brien. My brother's name is also Daniel. I've decided that whenever I meet a new man, I'm going to assume his name is Daniel, and it's either going to freak him out, because it's probably right. All men are named Daniel.
Yeah, turns out. Unless they're on Twitch, in which case there's a decent chance if
I'm
they're
not
a
going to
DM,
go
the
there.
name is
Like,
Josh.
there's jokes I could make, and I'm just like, I don't know you well enough yet.
Easy,
It's a
Dan.
danger to risk.
Well, Jack, the other
Hi.
O'Brien in Rachel's life, tell us
That's
about
right.
yourself.
Unless that's not true, we don't know that. But I mean,
I hope
objectively,
she's not
I am
only
the other
got
one.
two.
Around the
Don't
Okay.
tell other Dan.
That's right. Hello everyone. My name is Jack O'Brien, and I am a professional dungeon master at dungeonmasterforhire.com.au. And you can find my creative exploits when they happen at jackobrienonline.com. But yes, that's me. Hello.
Marvelous. And Dan Primary. Dan
Hello.
Alpha. Tell us about yourself.
Hello, I am Dan Alpha in the meat space, D-Rev in the cyberspace.
Really?
I am a
When I take a
divine,
fucking drink, you asshole.
I am a divine entity that is technically unknowable and unspeakable, and that's why I pick a common name to represent myself so that you
Ah.
can call me and associate me with something without reality crumbling under the pressure of what you don't understand. Aside from that, though,
Odin and the Brown Hood, huh? Gotcha.
you can't find me anywhere because, like I said, I am unknowable, but you do deserve love. That is true.
Dan Alpha sounds like an action hero. Yeah, I agree. I'm in agreement.
That's me.
And Madame et Monsieur, Dame und Herren, and beings of indeterminate gender persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate, whose name isn't Dan. I don't have any Dans in my name at all. And you can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D. But you've done that. Well done. Keep doing it. Dan Prime. I like Dan Prime. Prime Dan. Yeah.
If
Not
only
owned by
was
Jeff
Jordan.
Bezos.
Students.
We're going on a Dan train.
Danimus Prime. Yeah, Danimus Prime.
He's a
we're
robot
expanding.
now, so.
We're expanding our plot twist.
If you like my face and voice, you can find me here doing that, or you can also check out the podcast There Be Dragons, which is just the voice, not the face. We took the face and we're just like, yeet. The Dan of the multiverse of Dan. I'm Scan Felspire in that. I have a little dragon. It's kind of cute. That's me and us and all of us, and that's what we do. I must also remind our sultry, sensual, and possibly even flirtatious audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champions. We have all the socials. Oh, there can only be one. I need both of them. I like both Dans. I can't have them fight to the death, Karen. We have the
Have you seen both
YouTube-
of us in the same place, Josh?
Yes! Yes, I have!
Or is that
This
a
is getting
dream?
really too
Was that a
close.
dream?
You were
This is
moving
getting
really
really-
fast.
This is getting really too Greek for me. I think we should move on.
After image.
Like, what is the result of this fight to the death? Is Rach consenting in this? I think we need to move on.
And
It's
we have
just-
a Discord. Whee! You can come and join us there and put your, I know, I'm trying. I would also like to, it feels inappropriate to mention it at this point, so I'm going to wait a little while. We're going to talk about Sirenscape first. Sirenscape are providing our music. I'm going to calm down and stop smiling. Sirenscape, great service, love them. Check them out, sirenscape.com. Very useful things, particularly for online streaming. We also have an affiliate link for Wood & Forge. The amazing people at Wood & Forge have given us an affiliate link, so head on over to woodandforge.com/Corsairs Cove, and you can get some beautiful Australian handcrafted tabletop accessories made out of Australian and exotic hardwoods, often reclaimed and recycled and beautiful, and smells good.
Don't read the chat, guys. It'll just get you started again. I'm this
no, I
close to breaking again.
Hey, Tony.
You just did.
I did. I obviously immediately jumped to chat. And we also need to talk about Ukraine very quickly. The Ukrainian war is still ongoing. The people of Ukraine are suffering greatly in a war that they didn't pick and didn't ask for at all. And the emergency action appeal is doing what it can to raise money to support those people who have been affected by the war. And if you have any spare pennies in your coffers, it would be cool if you could send them that way. Thank you very much in advance. And if you don't and you can't, and that's all right as well, we love you anyway. Now, we may need a quick recap of last week's events. And this is week 4, so I think it's Smoothie's turn.
Right. I want to point it out that Rach has recap was written in the Discord chat, and now I'm being told at the moment. So, okay. Let's see what I can remember off the top of my head.
Now, it doesn't have to be good.
Rachel gets a well-written document that she gets to prepare.
We established,
beforehand.
Jack, that I only sat down on my computer like 20 minutes ago, and
If you,
fair.
I'm sorry, we're all very professional, and everything we say has been prepared for weeks in advance.
yeah, we
This is
have
the
a
most
show
professional
writer.
show.
Absolutely.
my
Okay.
notes are all in a book.
Thankfully, I am a professional dungeon master, so let's see what I can pull out of my arsenal. Yes.
Sure.
So, when last we left our heroes, we were fighting a demon for the large chunk of what we did. There was firefly recycling, and there was stabbing. And there was kids being put back to sleep to the chagrin and eventual unconscious veering on death of a certain bad folk cleric, i.e. me. I did not die. I got brought back to life. We celebrated by talking to Varish about bat folk history, and I got bat folk blocked, which was interesting. With a evening coming and a nap being taken by our hedge and batfolk friends, our Mapash / raccoon folk barbarian / rogue went and tracked the ditzy teenager who is a teenager and didn't think, hey, I might be being followed. Left a package. However, Trish was for once too careful for her own good. It seems that she tried to take a step back and go, okay, this is the adult thing to do. And she got immediately effed in the A for it.
I was like, the mail will be collected in the morning, so I'll make sure
it was a really
safe.
sensible thing. I can absolutely see the logic. Even if it was a drug pickup, right? Or whatever, you could follow that next person, which you attempted to do until you came across the
systemic racism.
Yeah, the equivalent of basically a
limitations of
wheelchair
your own
user
physical
meeting the equivalent of a
Systemic
wheelchair
racism,
meeting
yes.
a spiral staircase. Yeah, just kind of like, oh, good, thanks. You have a fear of heights. We have established, and we then basically, as far as I know, that was kind of the long and the short of it. Apart from we found out that Helvig doesn't like priests, which I'm sure won't come up in roleplay this session at all. And well, Josh will tell us what time it is, but I think that was a sufficient recap under the circumstances.
Yeah, and you all, Rachel, Trish came back and had a long rest as well, and you all leveled up. It's the other thing you did at the end. So,
that's true.
mateys, may your deities provide you with all the quest items you need, and all your sneaky activities yield meaningful and non-racist results, as we head tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion into the Humblewood. And I want it on record that I wrote that before Rachel and the whole thing. So, a Humblewood druid has humans as companions?
Yeah, the flamingo.
No. Yeah.
Oh, the flamingo. It makes sense now.
Yeah.
Don't worry
So,
about it.
we rejoin our adventurers as they prepare to leave Alderheart, after finding and destroying a fane housing a shadowy entity purporting to be an amaranthine. Armed with a fresh totem, a pair of adventurers, and a famous adventurers, and a 7th level, Smoothie gathers his courage to return and face his home and his grandfather's killer. So, you awaken in your beds at Fancy's, which is the pub known as the,
Blade and Talon?
Yes, the Blade and Talon, that's right.
There you go.
You are woken after a really nice night's sleep to the smells of Fancy's famous, full, not-so-humble breakfast, and presumably head down to discuss plans for the day.
Indeed. I'll let other people go, because I can't think of anything.
Fancy, how's it going? How you been? It's been so long.
Yes! It's good to see you again. Hi. Your usual?
Yes, please.
I've got so many potatoes that need mashing. Hang on.
Oh my god. No one does mashed potatoes quite like you. It's like my mom, Fancy, everybody else.
I'll take that. I'll take that. Thank you.
It's high praise.
I assumed so. I've heard of Caper's mash.
It's the best.
World building. There you are. Caper's mash.
Yeah, Caper's mash.
Caper's mash.
Yeah. So, Trish, you are a large pile of buttered mashed potato is placed in front of you, topped with streaky back bug bacon. Yeah.
Excellent.
Fancy is a luma. She's a tiny luma lady with a huge collection of tea. And a tasting platter is placed in front of Trish. The others, do you come down for breakfast as well?
Yeah, I come down for breakfast and I get good old mushroom gravy stuff. I don't know what. It'll be like something with mushroom gravy. I always like a surprise.
Right, yeah. Yeah. I would say, yeah, she does you a big fry up as well, and then just pours mushroom gravy all over the top.
Yes.
Okay. I am so hungry right now.
Josh has not eaten, ladies and gentlemen, and other people.
I was like, I'm a bit hungry. I might have some chips.
Josh has eaten chips for the first time in, what, hours, buddy?
Yeah, since breakfast.
All right,
yeah.
Well.
Anyway, mushroom gravy, one of my favorite gravies, just FYI, over a full, not-so-humble breakfast.
I was going to say, like, normal gravy seems weird, so I'll just go with the mushroom gravy.
Yeah, mushroom gravy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you wouldn't have cow gravy.
No.
And she bustles over to you. She is dressed very formally. Think of an Edwardian governess, sort of, quite prim, quite proper, Mary Poppins, all the way. And she bustles over to Smoothie and says, "Now you there, you need to eat up, don't you? Otherwise, you won't grow big and strong. Come on." She's mumming you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think at this point, Smoothie has
Pops
done
your plate up.
Yeah, and that's the point. He would have asked for a smaller of whatever, so that he looks polite but doesn't have to eat too much of this non-bloody crap.
Yeah.
So he God forbid he be impolite. So he's just like, oh yes, thank you. But like it's like a thimble. like he's got like a thimble bowl, and he's just like, I want a steak. God damn it.
She has refilled it so many times.
Yeah.
Like you know what, like there are hash browns, there are potato fritters, there is mashed potato. You like this is all familiar to you.
Sure. Flavor's flavor, and that's probably what I'll like sympathize with and mop it up with and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, at the end of the day,
needs to be raw sometimes, just occasionally, just a little bit of blood.
There's that primal instinct thing going on.
Sure. Okay.
Oh yeah, we've long rested.
Tea?
Yeah, thank you.
It's not nettle. It's these are like high end. There's so there is a large selection. There are 4 pots on the table. There is a green with it's green tea with mint. There is a traditional sort of an Earl Grey, sort of a traditional dark leaf tea. Then there is one that smells like a wood fire, and a final one that actually has little sparks popping out of the spout.
Okay. I'll
I
ask
feel
for
obligated to get for the spark one, but yes.
Sparkly tea? Yeah.
I'll ask for the recommended one, I guess.
Oh, you want the lapsang then? The lapsang is fantastic. And she pours you lapsang chouchon, which is Josh's favorite tea. Because I'm English and therefore must obviously have a favorite tea, and it can't just be normal.
Earl Grey hot.
But you mean that is normal?
And yes, the sparkly tea comes out. It's a deep red, Elvig. And
okay.
It looks like, now that it's in the cup, it looks like it's got like flecks of gold floating in it, but they occasionally jump out.
Oh. What is that?
Oh, some sort of foreign spice. Very nice, though. It tastes like it's tingly on the tongue. It's a little unusual, but it's one of my own creation. I'm quite proud of it.
It's like popping candy tea.
A little bit. Popping can tea.
Oh. Yeah. What does it taste like when I take a sip?
It's a little sweet, but not. Ooh. It's sort of like It's raspberry flavored, but it's not sweet. It is raspberry flavored, but a little sour. Like
like a craft beer, but tea.
Yes, exactly that. But with the additional sensation of popping candy on the tongue.
I want this.
I know, right? Now I do as well. Yeah. I'm ruining myself for anything.
We'll just skip through
and I don't drink beer on the weeknights either. This is alcohol free. So yeah, damn it.
We'll skip the eating part.
Tony Karlstrom agrees. Lapsang Chouchon is great. Yes, I had it at a burlesque club in London once. And I was like, this is awesome. Now my favorite tea. It reminds me of my grandfather because he made wood fires.
Oh.
But damn,
not
it's
because
Jared
you saw
Leto.
him at the burlesque club.
Oh no.
No, fortunately, my grandfather was dead by the time I went to that.
Well, now I feel like an asshole.
No, it was a really nice memory, and I get to drink tea and remember my favorite grandparent. Don't worry, it's
You didn't accidentally explode yourself on a landmine.
Good.
All right, Rach. What tea are you drinking, Trish?
I'm so glad you asked, because what I'm going to do is once Fancy's not around, I'm going to pour a little bit of each into one teacup, like a child at Hungry Jack's.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's really good. Fancy doesn't notice that.
Oh, God.
I'm not stupid.
I'm
She
assuming
turns her
just
back, she
extremely
bustles over
reckless.
to another table. The place isn't particularly full. There's only like 2 other tables of people. But yeah, Trish goes very surreptitiously. And it tastes foul. Make a polyjuice
Nothing
potion.
tastes as sweet as the satisfaction of having my curiosity satisfied.
Yeah,
So
it's like, well, I
that's
can't
fine with
taste
me.
them all unless you do get the popping candy sensation, and it's quite bitter, really. It probably needs milk, but it doesn't need milk.
Ew.
My Englishness is offended. Bloody Americans. Ruining a perfectly good cup of tea. Late for every war.
Overpaid, overset.
Yes, over here. All right. Hey, Master Steve, good to see you. Nasty, don't drink that. Great, you do that. What are you?
do.
What are you gonna do today?
Well, I actually had a question just for the sake of brevity. What time would the church theoretically open? Because I get the feeling Smoothie's one of those annoying, which I am not, by the way, early rising people.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, I know, because this is how different he and I are. Like, he's optimistic and shit. Anyway, yep.
And young, wide-eyed,
Young. Oh my
believe
god.
still in hope and
Yep.
human kindness, all of this fairy tale bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Sure. I would say probably very early. I would say they're up with the dawn.
Okay.
At least. They would probably never close. Actually, the Grand Temple, there would be nighttime services for Titan worshippers, and then the dawn service would be Ardea. There'd be 2 a day that would be considered high
I don't know if he'd know that, though.
No, he wouldn't. He definitely wouldn't. There would be.
Damn it.
I mean, you might have, if you like, we can retcon that Varys said, you may wish to join us for the dawn service. It is the high point of the day when Titan gives way to Ardea. It is a service in preference to both Emeralds.
He would be absolutely down for that. He would totally go to that.
It is, without wanting to go too much into it, because I am making this up off the top of my head, it is very, it's an extremely upbeat service. It begins, it's sort of pageant. It begins really smooth and calm and like almost bellicose. And then as the sun rises, the organ lifts the room and it goes from a somber, heavy-duty Catholic mass with like almost Gregorian chanting, like very calm, very somber, very important and slow, and everybody's wearing the silly hats. And then it goes proper like gospel. And there is hallelujah, that sort of by the end of it, there is dancing in the fucking aisles. Everybody comes out like, yeah, I am ready for today. Fuck yeah. Yeah, the Amaranthines were with me today.
If there's some sunlight, what is it, salutation or whatever people do in yoga.
Yeah.
Very good.
Folk praising the sun. Yeah.
It's I think amidst the essentially can't you feel the Ardea as it's happening, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up Brand New Day the musical.
Can you feel Ardea this morning?
No, look up Brand New Day, everybody. It's one of the best things ever.
Oh, that
it is an indigenous work, and it's amazing.
It
but
is amazing.
Put that and then think, can't you feel the Ardea? You'll be inspired. As he's kind of humming that, he'll actually like think to himself. It's the only polite thing to do. He's just like, he'll look up and just kind of go like, "Hi." We don't. Well, he and I didn't talk much either, but we don't really talk at all because we don't see you where I'm from. I just wanted you to know that that this whole thing, I'm not used to it, but it seems to make people kinder. And I really enjoyed my time here. And if I don't get a chance to say it, I think you're doing good work. Not that you need me to tell you, but thanks for having me for a little while.
This is within the... I'm imagining that you're doing this while everybody else is like up and dancing, and
I think so.
There's a small family of Gallus right next to you, like it's the best. We're gonna have a good day. And he's just like, this is really nice. Everyone here likes the Amaranthines.
That's right.
And there is a similar service at the end of the day, which starts upbeat and then goes really calm and peaceful, and it helps people go to sleep. Not like they go to sleep in church, but they come out of it like,
boring.
I'm chill now, I can rest, and I'm ready for the night time.
Gotcha.
Not everybody attends both, and it is very much as because that sounds dope. I would like to go to that, but the morning one can fuck off, in my opinion. Like Josh is like, nope, hard pass. I get up.
I think it's important.
The bias comes out.
I think it's important to explore new cultures, which is what he's doing. But I think practically, there's a practical reason why he did this as well, and that is that he will try and find Varish, and for the sake of brevity, ask if he can have any access to holy water.
Ooh, yes, I can bless some for you now, if you wish.
Yeah, well, I made 2 vials, but I mean, I don't I kind of don't have a lot of time, and don't know what I'm walking into. It would be very helpful.
How much do you need? Josh is asking.
As much as it seems feasible that he can carry without becoming a Fallout 4 character.
I'll give you like a liter, like a
for 2 reasons. Essentially. That for 2 reasons. The first is it's used in a lot of spells that he wants to use. Second, because it's going to be real useful for Trish. Yeah. Because they are projectiles that you can use to So they are going to be a useful thing to have.
I would say he will give you enough for all the spells you need, plus 3 more vials that you could throw.
Okay. All right. Cool.
He says, I do have a little time today, if you're in a hurry. And he takes you aside, and he gives you a small bowl. It's completely plain carved wood. It was probably grown for the purpose, and he the blessing of water, because it's not one deity, you need to actually bless it by several deities, and it's why you can't really do it. Like, you can do small amounts, but to do a large amount, you require the blessings of multiple Amaranthines, and he is a representative, as an ordained priest, he is a representative of all of them. So he is able to, bless a large amount of it simultaneously. And, cool. It's a relatively complicated process. It takes about 5 minutes, and you see him do a bunch of stuff that you'd never seen. Like, you recognize the Titan and a few other little bits and pieces. Your grandpa showed you, but most of it is foreign to you. And as he goes, he would watch you, notice that you clearly know some of it, but not all of it. So about a third of the way through, he starts explaining what he's doing.
If I'm allowed to, I would participate, because there's no better way to learn than helping.
He would demonstrate some of the more simple things that he's like. They're not secrets, and you are on your way to ordain yourself. He would explain some of what he's doing and demonstrate, and he would allow you to obviously participate. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. I'm thinking that. Chef and like complete novice in the kitchen, just like so.
Or sniffer in the virgin party.
yeah, absolutely. And then one more thing, he would kind of go like, "Can I see Darkest, please?" has to know.
Make a persuasion check. Until I would have just gone for it until you went, nobody has to know. I was like, ooh, that's much spicier. Yeah.
I think he was mostly joking because he knows about that thing, but 17. I thought it was a 10.
Okay,
but,
all right.
Yeah.
In which case, Omi, can I have a D20 in chat, please?
I'm getting plugged again.
Ooh.
Roll under 17.
Ideally.
No, that's just for Josh. Just for him.
8. Yeah, he goes. Thanks, Omi. He goes. Quickly. And yeah, he takes you downstairs. He sort of whisks you under one arm and takes you downstairs. And you have to go through a bit of a warren, takes you down and through a couple of twists and turns. It's a bit you've never been before. And yeah, you find it's a small alcove with 3 not coffins, stone coffins, caskets. Yeah. In them, and on each one is like the top has a statue sort of carved into it, very sort of very medieval style thing. And one of them is the one on the left hand side is a Pterin. He's about life size. He's quite a bit taller than you. His ears are surprisingly small, and like still big, but not like
Still
radar
massive,
style.
comparatively.
Yeah. Still twice the size of a Vulpin's, but nowhere near as big as yours. And he is holding along his down his chest. He is holding a huge mace. With the head of the mace at his feet. It's all stone. It's all carved. It's all one piece. This is an actual weapon. He says he lays interred there.
So he what was he famous for? What did he do exactly?
Varish says, not know. This was over 300 years ago. I know little of him. He was obviously not of the wood. I believe he was a member of a traveling folk, the Vistani, as I recall. And
and I'll kind of go up to him and like try and absorb every detail. Just like, I think I might be looking at a great uncle Varish or something.
Really?
He's part of my family.
And you notice, Smoothie, on his, where you have a symbol of Titan on your breast, he has a rose.
Oh, he was is her name Hesh?
Henwin.
Henwin, I'm sorry. I was thinking of someone else. He would know. Jack made a mistake.
Yeah. Thank you for the follow, D and Dungeons and Doctorates. Thank you very much for the follow.
Yes. Maybe there's more information on the other side. If I came and brought it back and stuff, is there like an archive here?
Yes, we would love it. That would be amazing. I would love to read it. Personally, I am fascinated.
There aren't that many Pterin people around here.
Not many. You would be the third I have ever met.
And sorry, I know I'm taking up a lot of time. Is there
Do you mind if we walk and talk?
Yeah, of course. Is there a
He bows to the 3 caskets as he turns to leave. And then takes you with him.
Wave at him.
Yeah.
I think actually I'm hogging the scene a little bit. So any other questions I will ask you later on, Josh. But theoretically, we can cut to present time and just go, hey, I got these for you, and I just give it to Trish.
You give Trish 5 vials of water.
I mean, thank you. I'm not thirsty, but I
No,
guess...
no, don't drink those. I mean, you probably could, but no, these are going to be good for you, because you can throw them, and the people that we're going to fight don't like that.
Oh, it's clear acid.
Yeah, actually, that's a good way of putting it.
Oh, yikes! Don't get it on you though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, most people don't like acid, but that's really
it's
useful.
It's not acid, but it's a good way of thinking about it. It's acid for the bad guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. How was your morning? Have you been up long?
Well, Trish would probably have slept in a little bit and then maybe had a bath.
Yeah, I had a bit of a late night. I need to get a message to my friend, actually. Do you have one of the spells that does that? Or do I need to write a letter?
Which friend? Has Smoothie met them?
No, you haven't met Cash.
Could you draw her for me or something? I mean, you know what? Back in the day when I had to send messages and things like that, it sometimes worked if Grandpa just put his hand on my shoulder. You could put your hand on mine.
That'd work, and I could.
Yeah, you could talk through me, maybe. Yeah.
If you have something of hers as well, if you have an item that was hers or is linked to her, I'm trying to remember.
Yes, like some bandit stuff.
If you basically, I would allow you to retcon a small gift or present that Kesh gave you once, like a best friend necklace or something. I don't know.
Oh, friendship bracelet.
Friendship bracelet.
That's cute. Okay, it's a friendship bracelet, but it's like a braided belt. Back when we were broke-ass bandits, my belt broke, and I was like, oh, fuck, I need a new belt. And then she scrounge crafted me one, and now I wear it all the time.
Oh.
It's probably the best belt you've ever had, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You've probably Scroungecraft fixed it a couple of times, but yeah.
I refuse to let it break.
Dead set. I love it.
Used to let it break.
Okay, all right.
In which case,
well,
yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
can take your belt off, your pants fall down, but he can message...
Mage
just sit down.
Keep that pants up.
I imagine her sitting down is going to be at my height anyway. I'm small.
Yeah.
So...
Trisha's quite a big mapatch, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna start casting the spell. Do you want to wrap that around your
Karen!
hands?
Sure.
And you can ask whatever you want, because that'll probably be easier. Yeah.
Great.
Just put your hand on my shoulder.
Okay. Can you hear me, Cash?
Hold up.
Cash, can you hear us?
It's happening.
Are you with us right now?
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am making a Dragon Ball Z reference.
Please describe the
Hey.
situation again.
I was listening.
Oh.
I'm okay.
Can you hear me, Cash?
It's 25 words, it's sending, not message.
Oh, fuck.
It's a phone call.
Cash.
7.
Oops.
Followed a cult person. They went to this address, which I've memorized, and saw this symbol. Could be useful.
Could be.
For my sake, what is the symbol?
Josh.
What the symbol is?
What?
Josh
What's the
said there was a crest.
What's the symbol?
What's the symbol?
A family crest.
Oh, it's the symbol of Titan, but with only 1 star, not 3.
Is that the same as the...
Yeah, it's the cult symbol.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So that's the message I receive?
Yeah, and you can respond with 25 words.
Okay.
Oh, she's preparing it. I'm so proud.
That's smart. I should have done that.
Yeah, you talked way too fast. I think I gave you
thought it
more
was
words.
just like a phone call.
Nope.
Damn it.
To be fair, that's more funny. Just like Smoothie suddenly
fine.
to like try to tell you the rules mid spell.
Susan.
No, I mean, the one we haven't read.
Riffin.
Riffin, thank you. Okay. God, I find message so stressful. It's 25 words, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
No,
got this. It's fine. That's actually more than you think it is.
I know. I'm just like, I can say quite a bit more than I reckon. Okay. Hi, Omi. Okay.
Two.
Be okay. Be very careful. Halt. Corrupted council. Riffin prisoner. Susan rescued. Taking Wildwood Brigade out of Elderheart.
Rex's.
Because that's like 12 words. I've got loads more to say. Okay.
Yeah. 16.
Ultimate
So you
goal,
got 9 words.
third rule of Elderheart.
3 words.
We are betrayed.
Oh, what a finish.
Mic drop.
Smoothie
I
would
didn't
also
even
have
get to
heard
say
it.
hi. Oh.
Trish, you look so stressed.
I can send another, but I mean,
I'm so sorry.
What was it? How was it? What did she say?
not great. Sounds like.
Really? Uh-oh.
The cult got to the council.
What? Like the one we burnt out.
Yeah, the council has been corrupted.
We didn't know that already. That seemed pretty clear to me.
Really?
I've been here
maybe
2
like
days
one
and
or-
I figured that out. Yeah.
I mean, like 1 or 2, but like,
Well,
Is-
you know what they say about like rot and a tree? Kind of spreads.
oh, okay.
You have no idea how true that statement is.
I'm a insightful cleric, motherfucker. I can say some wise
Uh,
things sometimes.
Go Smoothie. Am I likely to be messaged again, or should I let the
That
DM
is a
come
good
back
question.
This is
I
up
have-
to Trish.
I have.
It's up to Trish.
Well, it's kind of up to me, but I will hear what
He
Trish
does
has
have
to
3
say
level
about it.
3 spell slots.
No, I have 1 left because I did invoke the Amaranthine, and
Yes,
now
didn't
there's
we sleep?
I have
I
1
thought
left.
you had 2.
Didn't we sleep?
I did.
Level 7.
I have 3.
Oh.
I have 3 level 3 slots. I'm looking right up.
Oh, and you used 1 already
Correct.
before this. Okay, gotcha. I mean, if Smoothie doesn't want to cast it again.
No, I'm not saying that. I just want to hear. I want to hear. I don't know what's going on. This doesn't mean anything to my character, so.
I'm
Okay.
saying that in character.
Fuck off.
Everything else can be put in a letter and given to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Trish, are you okay?
You don't look okay. I'm not really like a wise person or anything, but you look like that mashed potato was gross, and I know that you like your mashed potato.
I just,
Yeah.
I want to go help Smoothie, but how are we supposed to leave when all of this is happening?
You're right.
Well, they're very capable. Also, isn't Bennick with them still?
Yeah, I think so. And I guess Nevermore's still around.
It sounds like you guys need to have a private conversation. I'll be over there. Okay.
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 I'm gonna let
Thank
the DM
you.
come back in. Hi guys.
Bye. Thank you,
Sorry,
Pterin.
Rachel.
Can't the universe just have one crisis at a time?
Okay. Maybe. I think
Trish
the
in the 7
universe is.
stages of grief.
I think the universe is way too big to have it to not have just one crisis at a time.
Oh,
We said
Arch
we were
Craig
going to help
Dursa, thank you for the
Smoothie,
sub.
Hmm.
and that's what we should do because we said we were going to do that.
Sure. Yeah.
And hey, maybe if we get Burrowvia back in the chasm where Burrowvia is supposed to be, maybe that'll help somehow?
I don't want to lie to you, but I'm not sure how that would help this particular problem of a bird cult. But
Well, I mean,
We're not
Smoothie's pretty
supposed-
passionate about his beliefs. He killed the other bird cultists. Are there other people like Smoothie in Burrowvia? Maybe they could help us when we get back. No,
well,
we
Smoothie-
can't help them just to get help in return. That's
Smoothie,
Dicey.
you would be aware, however, that there are adventurers and people trapped in Burrowvia who can't leave, who are from the Humblewood.
I was like, I hope Smoothie isn't pretending to not be listening again, but he
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think
actually
I don't think
absolutely
I don't think he
listening.
can help it. To be
Yeah, I
honest
just-
with you, like
He
like
hears
it's
all.
like he's got a really good skill, and his ears are radars.
Yeah.
This is literally a bat version of Bugs Bunny. ladies
Just
and
like
gentlemen.
cover them.
Like,
Ninja people.
so I think he'll act polite, but yeah, I think he probably is unless he walks 2 miles away.
Yeah.
I'm not much good to Kesh with this stupid curse hanging over me either, and I needed to go to Burrowvia to get rid of the curse.
Oh, that's
This
true.
is so much.
I almost forgot about that.
Oh,
Mainly
Elvig,
because, yeah, I know.
this sucks.
I know. I kind of just like give her a hug and pat. But wait. You did kill something yesterday.
Mhm.
That just kind of dawned on me.
Yeah, but that means I have 3 days, but then I gotta kill something else.
Right. You know, I was thinking.
Yeah?
It said something about like, oh yeah, you're the people that you care about, or whatever.
Mhm.
What if you're like in a different like whole plane?
Do you think the spell wouldn't be able to work if I'm in a different plane?
Yeah, what if it like whoever the curse is watching or whatever, like maybe it'll have a harder time. I'm not saying we should risk it, but maybe you can take comfort that it might be good like that, as in like to go help them. And I think there's a lot of like from the sounds of it, from what Smoothie was saying, that there's a lot of things in that plane that are murderable on the conscience.
Okay, yeah, we have to go to Burrowvia and look. Cash is very capable.
Yeah, I mean, you know her better than I do.
I just feel so bad about leaving right now.
Well, you aren't
He's
just
with
leaving
Bennett.
forever, right? We're planning on coming back.
You're right. You're right. This is the right thing to do. We're going to go to Burrowvia and help them. That's the place where they're most useful.
Yeah, we can leave a note. Like maybe draw whatever it is that you need.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's fine. This is horrible news, but we still got to do what we got to do. Thanks
Is-
for talking,
is-
Helvig.
No, that's okay. Is it what you want to do? I don't want you to just, carry on in Burrowvia going, this sucks, but it has to be what we do. Because I don't know how long we'll actually be there.
I think we can help more people going to Burrowvia than the two of us would be able to help staying here.
I agree with that.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
You can come
More
back
tea?
next meeting. Oh. Yes, please.
Fancy
Is it
just
tea?
slaps down another ladle of mashed potato in front of Trish.
Thanks, Fancy. I really need it this morning.
Can I have some whiskey?
In the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, I suppose so. You're grown up.
Thank you.
I think after hearing certain details that he definitely wasn't supposed to hear, you find like a wreckage of a smashed cup, and like one dropped by accident and kind of smashed, and then he probably would have you would have seen some bat like footsteps as he went as far as possible down the road to actually give you a private conversation. He's just kind of gone.
So Smoothie, not knowing how long this conversation is going to take, remains outside for a while, I imagine.
I kind of just, with my cup of whiskey, walk out the door like, Smoothie can come back now, or just wherever. I don't know where he is. I'm just assuming he can hear me.
You can see my wet. You can see my wet footprints going outside the door.
I don't follow.
Okay.
I don't know what you're doing. Then come back.
All right. Cool. Yeah, I'll come back in and just go. You guys, are you? I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth here, but I caught a little bit of that. I didn't mean to.
I know you don't from the first time.
This curse, is it something we should be talking about out here in the open? Is that fine?
Maybe not that loud.
I'm not talking any louder than you, but okay.
Yeah, we should probably keep it under wraps a little bit.
Okay. Well, should we find somewhere to have a discussion then? Because this sounds kind of like something important to you before we go somewhere. Yeah?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you would have found out about this eventually.
Yeah, and I'm a stranger, so I understand. But look, let's talk outside. I'll lead them to somewhere private. And just
in Alderheart, you'd have to leave Alderheart, really, or go back up to your rooms.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Room time.
So you don't know me. I don't know you guys.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that there's stuff that you guys want to keep under wraps and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And for the record, all of that stuff that you said is true. Yeah. But I do want to say, if I do think I can probably help you with this curse if I have the time to do it. That's kind of what we do.
That would be great. I do have a solution that someone at the magic school gave me, but it's a bit complex.
Okay, we can talk about that in a minute, but I kind of want to make this clear in case it's not already.
Mm-hmm.
I can't promise that you guys are coming back.
Oh.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I thought I made myself clear, but now I feel like I really need to reiterate this because I don't want to break any more families up. I know what that feels like. I want this to work, and I want a lot of things, and you know what they are. And I don't think I can do it without you, but I don't want you going if your family's here and you need to be here. Because honestly, you're no good to me over there either, if your mind's over there.
I need to be helping people.
Why? There's no punishment for you.
I haven't always been the best person. And I finally found something that I'm kind of good at. I can help people. And that's what I want to do. And the most help I can be is in Burrowvia, so that's where I want to be.
And you're okay with never going home, maybe. I know it feels like I'm beating a dead horse, but I really need you to understand that.
Yeah, I am. I'm okay with it.
Okay. You?
Yeah, why not? He's, yeah.
Is it an Irish?
He downed the first like cup of whiskey, got another refill as we like came back up in the room.
Is it
But
an
now that I
Irish
can't-
sparkle tea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you came to us for help. Who am I to deny you that hope?
a person.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't want to be the kind of person, though, that doesn't want to help if I'm supposed to or can.
Supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay.
But was that look? You made a weird face.
I did
Is
not.
that funny?
No.
Okay. He sips more of his whiskey.
Okay. Well, I have done what I needed to do here. And I would like to get moving. And I recommend that you guys stock up on what you need and say goodbyes as if it were the last time. And for the record,
Ooh.
thank you.
Well, don't
mean-
thank us yet.
I might not get a chance when we cross.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
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 I'll see you guys in 90 minutes back here. Okay.
In this room?
In this building.
Oh, okay, sure.
It'll be after checkout, but yeah, you can meet downstairs.
Yeah.
Oops.
So yeah, what would you do with 90 minutes, Trish?
I'm going to write 3 letters. I'm going to write one to Kesh with all of the pertinent details of what's going on, and also a heartfelt, I love you, I'm going somewhere dangerous, take care of yourself. And then essentially the same to Jude and to Nevermore.
Cool. Awesome. With this is where we're going. Hopefully we'll see you again. Yeah, cool. And how do you mean to get them to them?
That's a good question. Is there some sort of mail service in the Older Heart?
It's like a giant stork.
Actually, it's
It's
there is a
bees.
it's bees, yeah. Carrier bees. Like postal bees. Like
I love
pigeons,
it.
but bees.
Amazing. Also, I've just remembered I'm probably also going to write a letter to my parents because I'm not heartless. But
Yeah.
I'm not. But I'm really going to like fudge the danger details. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Mom and
making it
Dad,
seem like
lol.
it's not that bad. Love you. Just writing cuz. Nothing crazy's
I've
happening. Anyway.
literally never written a letter to you before ever, but now
Yeah.
things
I
are
might
getting
die.
serious enough that it's just for no reason at all. I'm going to write you a letter. Yeah.
I would, if Trish would have me, I'd also hitch a ride on the letter to Jude and Nevermore, just so that we're together. It's not like 2 separate letters and be like, why?
I
Joint letter.
picture it like Disney signatures now, like different handwriting and stuff. Like also, yeah.
Hello, this
Yes,
part's
also
Helvig.
Yeah.
Helvig, do you write a letter to anybody else other than tack one on to Jude and Nevermore?
Yes, I write 2 extra letters. One for my family, because I'm not heartless either.
Oh, we all know what it looks like. It's steel and copper.
Yeah. We all know. We have seen it in
Yeah.
the show. The the letter especially is like, hello. There's a lot of stories around me
It's very
in the
famous.
Humblewood. May have like
Stories of my death have been greatly
almost
exaggerated.
may have almost ruined the wood. Maybe not. I am alive. May not come back again though. I am very callous. I am so sorry. Also love you guys lots. I hope you are very independent, like I think you guys will be.
Wow.
Very,
Okay.
very, very oddly like pointed.
Yeah.
The uh the second letter is to he almost just vents onto a piece of parchment about the wherever the non-existent aspect is anymore. Considering that it is from this plane that they met, just stuff about like, as much as I want to believe that I wish we never would have met or would have met under better circumstances, I think it was for the best for both of us that it came out like this, even though I'm no longer in my own body, but now I can call it my home. If only I was there at the beginning, maybe I could have done something. I'm sorry for that. And I wish I could do better by you and by us. And then he sets the parchment alight on a fireplace. Maybe it'll reach wherever he may be.
Here, about quarter of the way through, here pops into existence on your shoulder, and
Hey, buddy.
watches over your shoulder. He just watches your hand writing it, like he tracks it, like he's reading it as you're writing it. Here.
And you just kind of like scratch him as I continue to write.
I really like this. So this, you look up and notice that. Well, sorry, as you reach up and scritch him, you notice his scales feel different. And as you look up, he is metallic.
Oh no. Sorry if that was he's through the telepathic link and be like, oh, that seems like a bad sign, like metallic halvesite or metallic like his. Oh,
Sort of like about halfway between what you are and what he used to be.
oh,
He isn't full bore like Robo Dragonfly, but he is. Yeah, there is a metallic sheen to him. His face has a similar cast to its features as yours does. Like the soft bits of him, his coloring has changed. He matches your coloring now.
do you feel okay? I haven't really summoned you in a while because I was afraid that
Here.
I'd lose you.
You hear, stay.
Okay. Thank you, buddy.
Here, friend.
No.
Here, family.
Yeah. Do you want to say something? I give him the quill and I expect gibberish, but we're venting together.
He Here, Pier, 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 Pier,
Yep.
Pier, Pier,
Oh.
Pier, Pier, and it's just varying size and anger. Like sometimes it's barely legible as Pier, and sometimes it's Pier, 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 Pier. Here.
This is my first time interacting in this. This is your familiar, Dan?
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then he signs it with a massive flourish. Beer.
Wow. Okay. It's all out of your system.
You hear like forgiveness, confusion, rage, no kill, rage, protect, forgiveness,
Oh.
good riddance.
And then I put it to a fireplace. You just watch the embers fly up.
And he snorts, and a jet of like soot comes out of his nose at it, and then he floats back up onto your shoulder.
And as he walks away to maybe go do some shopping, do some good old shopping.
Retail therapy.
Yeah, retail therapy. With Pterin tow, in the room. He doesn't notice. Helvig doesn't notice, or Pier probably not. But he leaves in his wake a bunch of fireflies until they are no more.
Cool, like that. It's worthy to note, Dan, and it wouldn't be overly difficult to reacquire. But you lost all of your equipment because Helvig died.
I was for sure dead, fam.
So yeah, like he certainly could have acquired a basic adventurer's kit and so forth when he was rebuilt.
I don't have to deal with the leather armor gift.
No, it's gone. This is the thing.
It's gone.
Because it occurred to me when you said I want to give him something. I'm like, I'm not actually sure you've got like almost any material possessions at all. The only thing you could have given him that he would really have appreciated is the flower from Henwin.
Oh, you know what? That's true. I mean, that's in my room, so I hope it continues to live without my caring.
That's how flowers work.
Yeah.
To go to dark place. It's magic. It's a magic flower. Magic god
Pious
flower.
young man.
Yeah.
Totally.
Nevermore comes back and flower. I'm not watering that.
Like...
That's Helvig's job.
We're just gonna come back to our room in Burrowvia. It's gonna be like vines have crawled out and taken over because of the flower. And I'll be like, uh-oh.
It's the opposite problem.
Edmund's pissed.
Edmund's
pissed.
Feed me, Helvig!
It's like, Henry doesn't deal with rejection well. Ooh, who'd known?
All right. So you go shopping. Do you buy anything specific? Without wanting this to be a shopping episode. Like, is there any particular things you want to acquire, given that you don't have very much in the way of money?
No.
See you, Tony. Thanks very much for hanging out. Like, I'm happy to say that you'd have been cut in on a little bit. Like, Nevermore would have given you some cash. He was the party bank.
Yeah, he was the party rich man.
Yeah. And he just kept everybody's money just for them, just in case they needed it. And
so
mostly
that
because
he felt rich.
Well, yeah, there was that.
Just...
Like, he liked having the sensation of money bouncing around in his pocket, but also Jude can't be trusted with money. So canonical Henwood voice confirmed. Feed me, Helvig.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything in particular. Especially if I'm gonna, I'll probably just get some money, but not like all of it, because I know that they have to, you know.
I'm going to say you've got like 30 gold pieces. Like that sort of, yeah.
Yep, that's fine.
Trish, any purchases?
Some new rope, because mine got trashed.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe some healing potions.
Healing potions go for, off the top of my head, $50 a pop, and I do not know how many you have left.
None.
Okay, you're out. Cool. I don't know how much money do you have?
Potionless.
That's a good question. Was I keeping track of my money?
It would be in the Roll20 rather than the D&D Beyond, I would have thought.
Yes,
I used to have 20 gold pieces before I died. Now I have 30.
At 10 gold, better off from all of your adventures.
10 gold. Yeah. Man, being a hero apparently doesn't pay well.
Cash is loaded. You're killing the wrong things.
It's fine.
Not
But
too
Cash
late to
is,
turn around.
I mean, Cash is loaded, but also trapped in political turmoil. So who really is the
And
victor
obliged
here?
to hang out with Eric as well, so she loses in that respect. And Bennick, that guy's an ass.
I got 84 gold pieces. Can
Oh
I
my
haggle for 2
God.
potions?
If you went to
Or
Eliza,
84.
As I would.
obviously.
Who else would I
yeah.
go to?
It would be
Yeah.
all of your money, but yes.
2 potions and some rope, all right?
Yeah. Yeah, she'll take pity on you. You did save the city she lives in. She's not making any money off this at all, but she's okay. So yeah, 84 gold. Consider yourself broke, but you do have 2 potions and some rope.
And some very nimble fingers.
Yeah. There is that as well, yeah. Like she considers this an ongoing future investment in you. Because she was like, they'll keep coming back.
As soon as I get some money, I'll be like, give me your fanciest sword.
Just throw it at her. Like, actual
Absolutely.
coins, like ow, ow, ow.
Trish does not make wise financial decisions.
Please come back. I want to sell you a sword, but it does not appear you can afford it right now.
Excellent.
All right, and Smoothie. If you are looking for deals, Trish would tell you that there is you can get the staff discount if you go to.
I don't know. We did not establish any money, and to be honest, doesn't make sense for me to have much.
Probably about 5 gold pieces, maybe
Yeah.
10. Yeah.
No. I think under the circumstances, yeah, I was just hoping that there might be some coffers or something like that. The only thing you would really want, and I can't remember, it's either one. Sorry, give me one moment because I was actually looking for this while this is happening, and now it's boring listening to me trying to find a spell.
Hey, Spina. Yeah.
There it is.
Also enjoyed Bishop Blood's
Where?
comment. I died, but don't worry, I got better.
The only thing I would possibly want in the interim is probably something I can't have, but I'll be on the eye out for it, which is a pair of platinum rings worth 50 gold pieces each.
Yeah,
But unfortunately,
definitely not.
it is what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Cleric stuff.
Tasteless
Otherwise,
Cool.
nah.
Alrighty. So Trish, you know very well how the teleportation system works. You pull out your avium amulet and you squeeze it twice, and as long as the other 2 are holding onto you, you'll all blamf back. And would you be? So you have to do it outside of Alderheart. There is a Thor-style spot on the ground, which is getting quite worn because of the number of times you've used it to blamf in and out. And there's a puddle right in the middle of it that Gel keeps aiming you at. And you blamf back. Gel isn't on duty because it's actually not her job. She's just there sometimes. And you come back. Do you want to stay in the avium for any length of time at all? You're just using it to fast travel around the place now.
Yep. Got places to be.
So where
Do
would
we
you
need
be
anything?
wanting to go?
Do we need any spell while we're in the avium? Do we need any spell stuff that is super? I mean, I don't, but just like because it's magic school place, like
What?
materials.
I mean, yeah, but they all cost a lot of
A
cash.
bajillion.
So
Don't worry about it. Where'd you want to go?
They just made us this fancy body, so we can't really call any favors for a little while, I don't think.
I wasn't.
They're also letting
Yeah.
you use their teleportarium, which is a fairly fairly expensive service as well. Like, yeah, you're pretty much
Wasn't
cashed
asking.
out on favors.
Okay.
Yeah, no, cool.
I will say that if we can find this stuff, then it'll help keep us all alive. But it is not important per se.
I want 2
okay.
healing potions. I'm sure that'll be good.
That is a good start. Yes. As far as where to go, Josh, take it away.
We
Well,
just go to the plot.
well, this is the trick. You need a location to be able to tell the teleportarium where to take you.
Do we have to go edge of Burrowvia?
That makes sense. That's where I ended up when I came out, right? the canyon.
Okay.
Yes.
Where is it on the map? I kind of. Where did you end up on the map like this? And I unfurl the map, and obviously
Here,
the
and I'll
rift is
point
there.
at the place where it is.
So you don't obviously, this place is completely unfamiliar to you, Smoothie. You have only the vaguest idea. You would be aware of a town, the town you stopped in, the little village in the mountains. You stopped in for the night. Hollowdown.
Yeah. Okay.
Is the closest point of reference you can find to the teleport. Well, the portal where you came in through. It would be a fair assumption on your part that would be where you have to go back through.
Yeah. Can you guys actually do me a favor? There's a family that almost certainly knows who you guys are that will be kind of passing by. And I think it would probably make their year if you kind of went and said hello to them as we're making our way out.
Sure, that seems like an easy thing.
Yeah.
No.
Sarah and what? Rolls frantically. Carry on. You keep going.
That was it.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Jamis and Sarah. Yeah.
So our plan is we teleport to Hollowdown.
Yeah, that's
then backtrack from where you were.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of also curious because maybe the butterflies have hatched.
Oh. Have you never seen butterflies? No.
No,
here.
it's been 3 days and they hadn't cocooned yet, so no is the answer.
Smithy doesn't know that.
I know. Sure. So, you see, you basically just jump right in, and one of the actually you do recognize somebody there. Trish, particularly. I don't know if Helvig would, but Rusty is there.
Rusty!
Trish, good to see you, mate. How's it going?
Oh, it's going all right. What are you doing out here? I thought you were back at the school.
I am back at the school. That's where you are.
The teleport jet lag.
The teleportarium. You've just come back. Are you all right? You look tired. Have you had a long night?
I have a lot of head injuries. They kind of accumulate. I'm sorry. How's it going?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. You are wanting to continue blanfing around the place, do you?
Yes, please.
Who am I looking at?
Rusty is a massive strig. He is a barn owl with russet red feathers. He is the war college professor. The warcasting, war magic professor at the Avium, and he is wearing robes with black robes with silver trim, and he's this massive barrel-chested. He looks like if you put him in an armor with a sword and shield, he would not look odd. He has the demeanor of a warrior rather than a wizard. However, Trish knows him to be an extremely capable wizard. He trained Nevermore, and he views Nevermore as a son. And he's just a really genial guy. And he says, "So, where are you wanting to go?"
Hollowdown, please.
Hollowdown.
Hollowdown.
You're heading out of the wood.
Yeah.
Got to spread the love, eh?
Do you know someone called Selenox?
Selenox. Where might I know this person?
I don't know. She's not a wizardry person like you, but she is a strig.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's other words for these things in Burrowvia.
There might be. Strig is. I don't think so. Probably not.
Yeah.
He's a strig.
Yeah. She's a strig, and she said she was from here. She's a mercenary.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't
That's
know.
okay.
I mean, not all
Sorry,
strig.
I shouldn't assume that you guys all know each other.
Hashtag not all strig.
That's where I laughed at. I was like, yeah, because she's a strig. I was like, uh-oh.
All strig know each other. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Ro. Ro is in chat.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to get to you, right?
I'm afraid not.
That's okay. Sorry. You just remind me of her. She's real powerful too.
Oh, all right. Well, I hope you catch up with her. Give her my love. All right. Well, here, pop in the thing then, and I'll send you on your way. Now, carry the 2, or is it divide by 2?
Double check, please.
I'm kidding. You like puddles, right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Why do you have a reputation for
Blam.
puddles now?
He pushes the lever forward and actually, hang on. Oh, Sirenscape stopped for some reason. No reason. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Fucking puddle again. You're like, this is why you don't piss off wizards, Trish.
Oh,
No,
I'm
it's
the one who screwed up, am I? Sorry.
You know I don't mean that.
So you step in and you blamf out of there and find yourself in the town center, the village square, basically, of Hollowdown. It is very rustic, very rural. The largest building is a big farmhouse with probably 4 internal rooms and an outdoor lavatory. Smoothie, for the first time since you met these guys, you're in a place you've been and they haven't.
So that's that place, and there's that other place, and that's it.
And Trish winds up in a pig trough. Up to the knees. And the other 2 of you are standing next to her, not in a pig trough.
Cool. I thought Rusty was cool, but I guess not.
I wonder if there's like a sign. Do you think there's like a sign in the teleport Pterin that's like, if you teleport Chris Caper, you have
Make
to
sure she
aim
winds
at a
up in
body
water.
This is how you get books thrown at your head, okay? This is how you get book projectiles.
Okay.
And you hear in your head, Trish, Ravania go, yeah, he is a dick. But seriously, we all know, and we're quite offended. I kid. Obviously, Ravania doesn't waste a spell slot telling you something you obviously already know.
All right, Smoothie, where are we going?
Splash.
Well,
wait, we have to do this thing where you have to say hello.
Yeah, we'll walk and talk. Okay. We'll just make it quick, and I'll just lead them over. But you guys should lead the front. You're the heroes.
Oh, that'd be hard if we don't know where we're going.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna just walk. Explain.
And Smoothie, your passive perception is quite good, as I recall. Yes. You hear a shriek of Smoothie, and a young 7 girl tackles you. You spot her coming. Trish's passive perception is actually also quite good. So you spot her coming as well. You see this girl. She's a servant, so she's quite tall. She's probably mid-teens. Wearing quite a what's the gingham? A gingham dress. Worn but clean and neat. And she sort of hugs. She wraps Smoothie up in a bear hug. Well, a deer hug.
I imagine it's like picking up a kitten or something for an actual human, just like tiny in a little grasp. And just okay, hello, good to see you.
You found them.
I did. Done. I wanted to introduce you. You probably know them, right? Right.
And then she goes extremely shy. Her demeanor completely changes, and she goes, "Yeah. Hello.
I'll just drop down.
I'm Sarah.
It's a pleasure. Hello, Sarah. I am Helvig. And?
Wow.
Trish. Nice to meet you.
They're the real deal. I thought you'd want to meet them.
You're very cool.
It's nothing.
Would you like some soup? Smoothie loves my soup.
Oh, really? Surely it's great. Do we have time, Smoothie?
Well, can we get a takeaway bowl, darling? Is that okay?
Well, I wanted
Tell
to
you
tell
what,
you,
no.
the
it's all
first
good.
of
We'll
the
sit
worms has gone into their cocoon.
No.
Oh.
Really? Okay, now we can take 10 minutes and I'll go. Have a look.
So Trish and Helvig, you are presented with both a small bowl of silkworm stew. It's actually pretty decent. And she like you and Smoothie, you remember that the bowls you were served with were wooden. These two are porcelain. She's getting out the fine china for these two. Porcelain with actually steel cutlery. She goes, please be careful. Mike Moans is raiding with a party of 55 bloody champions. Mike, thank you so much, you absolute legend. You lovely, charming person, you.
Hi, friends.
Guys, thank you so much for raiding. To the people who are already watching, if you enjoy amazing artwork, like I'm pretty good at painting, but Mike Moans is just next level and a genuinely charming human being.
Oh, I love the cat emote.
The cat emote, also excellent. Mike is just a pleasure to watch. He is such a lovely personality. So we are going to hit this shout out at that. Do go over and check out twitch.tv/Mike Moans if you want some good D&D painting content. And a really, really lovely community as well. Mike Moans, thank you so much for joining us. Favorite raid emotes up in chat. Raiders, we are playing Humblewood. This is my Humblewood world, and this is our third campaign, as in, this is the 2nd episode in this world. It's getting huge, and the story is quite large and complicated, and we are about to go to Burrowvia. Today we painted some henchmen and looked at some new dungeon tiles. Ooh, well, I will have to check out your VODs, Mike. See the pictures. The Instagram of Mike's is excellent as well, just looking for some really high-quality painted miniatures. The five-headed dragon, Tiamat. Mike's Tiamat is insane. So cool. Anyway, back to the story. Smoothie is taking his new friends Trish and Helvig to meet the first friend he ever made when he came here, and she is going out to show him, basically, she takes you out to see the first of the massive silkworms, the size of sheep, has rolled itself up into a cocoon, and is basically just this giant ball. Looks not dissimilar to a sheep from a distance, and it's just this giant ball of silk fibers.
Can I?
Sorry to raid and run. Not a problem at all, Mike. Take care, my friend. Reveljack's 3 campaigns and 70 eps total seems like quick campaigning. Well, it's been nearly 6 seasons. But yes. She goes, just not to be gentle, but yes, you can, because it shouldn't disturb her. She's probably asleep by now.
Yeah. So,
but this is what we weave the stuff out of.
Wow.
So when she's done with it, we'll collect it.
And
then I spend weeks of my life weaving it into thread. It's the most boring thing.
Do you take commissions?
Yes, can do.
And I give her the 5 gold I have. And just go, I am gonna give you this, and I think that, like, you've met these guys, right? And proper heroes need, like, a tapestry, you know? Like some sort of commemorative thing, like you might have seen in, like, churches and things like that.
On it. Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. I can see it. Yeah, I know it exactly. I'm excited to come back and see it.
Yeah.
Cool. Love it. Awesome. I'm gonna shuffle us along a tiny bit. But
yeah.
amazing. Cool. You do that. It's very cute. And you two stand there watching your young teenage friend hanging out with her, with his female friend, and a huge servant man comes and stands next to you.
Oh,
Hello there.
hello, sir.
Enjoying it?
It's really good. Sorry, the words stopped in my mouth. It kind of reminds me of home, sort of.
Oh, understand. Aye, she's the apple of me eye.
Hmm.
Cooks better than her mother did. Honestly, her mother was a dreadful cook.
So was mine.
I'm Jamus, by the way. Pleased to meet you.
A pleasure. Helvig.
Oh, you don't need to tell me. I know.
It's all polite.
It is. That's true. I apologize. But a pleasure. And an honor, actually. Thank you for what you did. You off to save somewhere else now, then?
Yeah.
Well, they're
Duty
lucky to have you.
calls.
Well, if you come back this way, I'll make sure she cooks you another bowl of it.
Jamis, I'm so sorry. I didn't find you to ask. Is it okay that we
That's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, they're here. I found them.
I noticed.
Yeah. Congrats on the cocoon.
Aye, it's about time. And he says it meaningfully, looking at the rest of the flock. Like, come on.
You lazy bastard.
It's about 3 weeks late. The rains are late, this is why. Should all settle down now. There was a bit of problem over the hill and far away in the wood. Because of the fire, we suspect that upset the seasons a bit, and it's throwing the whole thing out of whack. But it should be settling down next year.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Oh no, thanks for that. Otherwise, I'd have had to wait till Judgment Day for the cocooning to happen. It was getting a bit
the weather
stressful,
should
I'll be
abate.
honest. Yeah, absolutely. And he takes the finished bowls from you and bustles back inside, and it nods and says, "I'll see you when you come back, Smoothie."
Yeah, coming back.
You better,
Okay.
otherwise why am I weaving this for you?
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, guys. We'll see you when we see you, I guess.
Well,
All right.
you make tracks. Smoothie, can I get a survival check or history if it's better? But
No, and in fact, depending on what it is, I actually have some Pterin traits that might help. Depending on what it
it's basically to find your way back to where you were,
is.
where you lamped in through.
Discern things about animal tracks. Could I follow my own tracks back?
It's been 3
On
days.
survival checks? No, not so much.
Survival
Okay, that's fine.
check. I would allow it. I would if you can find them is the trick. Then yes.
All right. Then that would be
Um,
an advantage then. So let's
yeah.
give it a go. All right. That's a 19.
Yeah, you actually managed to it takes you a little while. Like you first just head out in the rough general area, but this is just dead ground. No one really comes here. Once you get a couple of miles outside of the village, this is as far as the place is settled. The whole area around Burrowvia is considered, and you wouldn't know this because you're not from here, and Trish and Helvig probably wouldn't be aware of it because this is beyond the wood. You've crossed the mountain range. You can't see. Trish, possibly for the first time in your life, you can't see Alderheart.
Yeah.
On this plain, there are mountains in the way, and the first time you've had it obscured of your vision. Helvig didn't grow up in the shade of the great tree, but you did. So yeah, interesting. That hadn't really occurred to me. But yeah, on this side of the mountains, the legend of what happened to Burrowvia is a little bit more well known. And yeah, the lands near it have just been left fallow because no one wants to go near it. People have gone missing. The Vistani every now and again pop up. They are blamed for some of the people going missing. Like large caravans of sort of 30, 40 Vistani travel through the area semi-regularly. The people of Hollowdown are polite and even friendly to them, but not like to the point of please come back. It would be more like a nice having you, but if I never saw you again, that's also fine. So yeah, there is nobody. So what that means is, good for you. You managed to find your own footsteps a little while later. I put the DC quite high, but you beat it. Yeah, you managed to track yourself back to where you blamfed in here. Once you get within sort of a couple of miles of the rift, it's fairly obvious. And Trish and Helvig, there is an enormous chasm, a rent in the ground, couple of 100 kilometers long and at least 40 wide. It's roughly oval shaped, and yeah, it's ringed in trees, and it looks like it was a forest, and it just yeet. Don't need that bit, and it's just sort of ringed in trees. But yeah, whether you get back pretty much to the exact spot you came in.
I kind of look over the ravine, like, damn, that's steep.
Yeah. I was on
It
the
is
other
also,
side.
yeah, it's about half a kilometer down.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. So let's.
The other thing that's noteworthy, just to cut you off, I apologize. The sides aren't super steep. You probably could climb down them, which is why it's odd that it does not have grass or trees or anything. Nothing has grown back. It's been centuries. And it's still raw. Probably partially why people don't come here. It's like, it's obviously cursed. Nothing grows here. It's
Should we really make a farm around
fucking
here?
nothing. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, I haven't done this from this side, so let's see how we go. And I'll go through the ritual. Same
You would
as I
know it
remember.
needs anchor points.
Mhm.
You remember you had a standing stone circle. There isn't one on this side.
Mm. A standing stone circle.
Well,
Okay.
an
Could I
archway.
make one in the dirt?
Yes, theoretically. You might be better served looking for it.
For a remnant.
Well, you
Of
know there
a-
would have been one here. There would have had to
Oh,
be.
I came out of one. On
No,
the other
as
end
in,
too.
you went in through one. There would have been one on the other side.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. Then I'll keep an eye out for it.
So yeah, make an investigation check, and Helvig and Trish, if he tells you what you're looking for, you could probably help.
Well, you know what? Like, let's do second verse same as the first with Josh's permission instead. Actually, but the same way I tried to find, like, echolocate the entryway in the church. Could I try and bounce it off some sort of elevated
It
thing?
might be a little bit harder because of where it is, but you could try.
I want to do this anyway because I think it's neat. Mostly just because, like, guys, you should do this anyway. Just give a big old primal scream on the count of 3. Trust me, it's the best. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! And then
It takes a while, but the echo does come back. It's pretty
Echo warning.
epic.
Oops.
And Trish, it probably feels pretty good. Maybe it takes you. I'm gonna say it's because there were 3 voices.
Yeah.
It's-
teamwork.
No, as in it's confusing.
Oh,
You're
no, I'm okay.
you're getting weird bounce back. Yeah, it's really hard to make out. You can't locate
Oh.
the stone
Oh.
circle.
For the 24. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I'll just use my eyes, I guess.
You might be better off.
I'm not particularly good at investigation.
Trish is.
What do you want me to roll? I'll explain it to her.
Investigation. But Trish and Helvig can help. You can all do it.
Sure.
All right.
Perception or investigation?
Smoothie nailed it.
Fair enough.
Smoothie immediately starts
Eyeballs.
looking around, and so Smoothie, Your perception check, you did identify a large lump in the ground, which you, I'll start here. You find the remains of a stone circle.
Yeah.
But it's collapsed. It's just 3 big rocks on the ground. The runes, however, that were carved into them are still there. One is like face down in the dirt. However, you'd have to flip it. These things probably weigh 2 or 3 tons.
Would mending help? I do have the mending cantrip.
Gosh, it's more like for small rents and tears in fabric rather than 2 tons of obelisk. So no, not really.
Just for the circle purposes. Okay, so what do you want me to do?
Can you lift it, Trish? Like flip it over?
She's a dex barrier, not a strength barrier.
I don't know.
I can give it a go.
Is it upside down? Is that the problem?
Smoothie, make an Arcana check on it.
So many rolls. Okay. -2. Oh, still rolling okay. That kind of makes sense under the circumstances. 16.
Yeah. The magic is not anchored to this stone.
Could you speak in dum-dum, please?
So, the stone circle you went through, you recall the process when you cast the ritual over there, you lit the totem, and then you traced the symbols in the stones all the way around with the fire, and that created the portal. Those runes were anchored in the stone. The magic was anchored there. However, these runes, this stone, does not contain any magic.
It's just like
so we should look for another.
You
stone,
need to look for where the runes are.
God, where are the magic boys when we need them?
Well,
I'm too
Helvig
stupid
and
for this.
Helvig and Trish do have a little bit of experience with runes. Helvig particularly famously touched one.
Yeah, but that was obvious. The runes were there. These are hiding runes.
These are different kind of runes, so you would have to go looking for them.
Look for runes. Trish tries to flip them.
Guys, I don't think I can move this rock. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Trish, you can try. If you want, you can make an athletics check to lift a 2-ton boulder. But
I'm doing it.
The DC is so high, but yes. All right. Love it.
My -2 athletics.
Come on, Trish.
No! God!
It's looking like a no. It's gonna have to be a no from me.
One.
Okay? I think it's like molded with the earth, guys.
Yeah.
It's like one with the ground. It's not going anywhere.
Trish, you would get that it's been here for probably 300 years. And it's why it was so hard to spot Smoothie was because it has been overgrown with vines and stuff. It doesn't look like what you were looking for. It didn't have the right shape.
All right. Can I cast Detect Magic?
Yes.
Okay.
The ritual casted?
I don't think so.
Detect Magic can be ritual.
I don't know if clerics can do it as a ritual though.
Yeah, you can. If you
they can ritual cast. Yeah.
Oh, it says ritual. Yeah. Okay. Why don't I sit down and do that? And if we figure something out before then
yeah.
Then we'll do that.
I mean, Trish has to take 10 minutes to sort her back out after that.
Oh, I should have really stretched before doing that, guys.
Yeah, that's probably why you didn't manage it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. I'm going to try and find the rune.
Cool. Make an Arcana or Perception, which is better, depending on.
Fuck. Sorry, I just kind of gazed upon a natural 20 for a good 1 second before I was like,
rough,
fuck you. I was like,
nope.
Those are the worst.
Yeah. Helvig, you can... Basically, what you gain from your Arcana check is... you don't find any, but it does occur to you, runes can be anywhere. They can be... You've seen them... You've literally seen them move. They are sort of living magic. And
from what I was told, it was meaning incarnate, right? So
yes. So they can't really be gotten rid of, and if you put them somewhere, they probably stay there.
okay, but they can't have moved far.
The stones aren't where Smoothie popped out.
Where did you come out?
They're about 30
Oh, sorry.
feet. They're about 30 feet away from where Smoothie popped out at the edge of the wood. The stones are about 30 feet back into the wood.
Oh, yeah. I don't distract Smoothie from the ritual casting, but I just kind of start searching the place in between the two.
Yeah, sure.
Any weird inconsistencies in the air, like the light hits this a little bit differently.
Make a perception check with your particular senses.
Oh my god!
Sorry, you just don't. You're on the right track, but
fine.
no. Smoothie. Yeah, Trish is sort of resting next to you while you cast detect magic. You look up and see Metalvig, trying, searching with his hands. Yeah, Helvig, how would you be searching? In what manner? Given that you have the Firefly sight, you actually are like a deeply magical creature your own self, and you are fairly au fait with magic runes of a particular type. How would you be searching? What manner would you be using to search for these? It is really hard to spot.
Well, first he goes into okay, well, easy. What did I learn from touching the magic rune? And that was big regret. It could be literally anywhere. They might be if they just stay in one place, and if it was described to be an archway, maybe if I can just mind palace an archway and then be well, that's not on the ground, so somewhere in the air. But he's kind of struggling because he has devil sight, which lets him see in darkness. Then it's just it's just bright stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna do this, and he gets desperate at around the 8-minute mark of the casting, and then just starts flailing, surely I'll hit something. Dig these hands and touch some runes.
No, that's okay.
Oh,
you
no.
guys doing that isn't distracting at all.
And
Yeah,
you,
he's not saying anything. He's just
you can hear his entire verbal thought process. You
Probably hear the
Smoothie,
air currents he's disturbing, for God's sake.
Smoothie, you cast it and you can see the archway right where you popped out. You can see them written on the air.
How far away am I flailing around?
You're actually not far. You're only probably about 10 feet away from them at this point. And he's sort of weaving towards them, sort of.
I'm gonna can I surreptitiously kind of cast thaumaturgy now that I can see and act like I'm not doing anything, but I'll give Helvig a win. I'll kind of I'll get make a little vibration in the air in front of him and kind of lead him in the right direction. It's how's it going? I'm still working on the spell.
Yeah, now make a perception check with advantage, Helvig.
This is I don't even want to look.
That's pretty funny. I'm literally leading him down a breadcrumb path with vibrations.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I don't
30,
deserve
20.
this. I don't deserve this win.
Now here's the real question, Smoothie. Thaumaturgy, how is it? It has a vocal component, yes?
I don't think so. Oh yes, it is verbal, but I can be surreptitious.
Just because Trish was sitting next to you.
I'll make a stealth check if you want.
I don't know if Trish would notice. Would Trish want to notice? I'm going to put this to Rachel. If you want to notice, he can make a stealth check. If not, I don't care.
Look, I'm just resting and watching what those guys are doing, so I would probably notice.
Okay. Make a stealth check. 19. Smoothie, you managed to make it look like it's just part of the spell you were ritual casting anyway. I don't think Trish knows enough about magic. And Trish famously hates magic.
Yeah.
So she's probably not looking too
I just
carefully.
find it scary and confusing.
Yeah.
The unknown.
So yeah, and then Helvig, your hand touches. It's not warm. It's like a vibration. I think is actually a very good way of describing it. It's like the air vibrates a little bit under your hand. You're like, oop, oop.
Did you find it?
As I flail, and I'm flailing at quite a speed. I'm like, oh, that was different, and I do play like hotter, colder with my hand. Like, where's the maximum vibration at? I'm like, I think I found it, guys. I think I found it. It's where my hand is.
Yeah. I think you're right. Okay. Good work, Helvig. Amazing.
Nice one, Helvig.
Okay.
Thank you. I must have looked so dumb just flailing my hands around. I'm glad
Hey,
it
it worked
worked
out.
out.
It's like it's what you were supposed to do. Good work.
Okay.
Regretting allowing it. Cool. You do that. Smoothie, once located, the process is relatively simple. If you wouldn't mind describing it, as you've already done it before.
Describing the
Casting of the ritual to do the thing.
I don't believe I went into that much detail. If I remember correctly, I just said I kind of mirrored my grandpa's motions.
Okay. In which case, I will describe.
Go ahead.
So you see Smoothie. So Trish and Helvig presumably come to the outside of the wood side of it, because that's the side Smoothie is standing on. And initially, like, it's not visible. Smoothie takes out the ancient totem that he found in the sanctum in the fane, lights the top of it. It's a sort of a very stylized wicker doll, and he lights the hair on it, and it slowly begins to burn. And with it, he starts tracing out these bizarre symbols on... he starts at the ground on one side and works his way around, and as he draws in the flames begin to turn a radiant green, like a bright emerald green, and glow, and the flames remain in these shapes as he's drawing them, like a stylized, almost like calligraphy, like Chinese style brush calligraphy. So he's using the flames like the brush, and they stay. And Smoothie, I think you're getting a little better at it. This is the second time. It's nowhere near as much stress.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not dealing with your friends being attacked by a vampire. So, you know, this is much nicer experience this time around. And
I'm Okami, guys.
yeah. And you're getting into the groove, and you can see the original shape of the stone, but the stones were really just there to tell people where the symbols were. Where the symbols were hasn't changed. And he's just, the symbols are there, and as he finishes the final one, he gets down on the right-hand side. All of the symbols, the light coming out of them turns into this sort of mist. They remain, and the mist sort of falls into the center of the archway that they have described, and then begins to swirl in a vortex. And, this tunnel through reality open. It's quite quiet. It looks tumultuous within it, but here it looks quite peaceful and quiet.
Oh.
And
You want to give me 10 seconds? I'm just going to enjoy this for a second.
Sure.
It's warm here. I think I'll miss that the most. Okay. Then I'll start walking.
I kind of just like grab Trish's hand for a little bit and like clutch it tighter than I expect. I'm a bit nervous.
Got each other.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Hey. I just yell, and as I run.
And I think we'll take a short break there.
Yeah.
thank you very much for for hanging out with us this evening. Thank you so much to our raiders. Mike, you bloody champion. We will go for a short break and be back in five minutes. Very, very quick one. For Burrowvia. For Helvig's only Helvig's second deliberate plane shift.
Yeah, amongst many not deliberate.
Yeah, and a bunch of non-deliberate ones. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate.
Yes, we will. Alrighty, we'll be back very shortly. See you later, guys. Bye bye.
Guten Abend.
Avast and ahoy once again, mateys! Here we are back for more Humblewood. And we are back in, well, not really back in. We are in Burrowvia.
No, get me out.
Pop out. Yes.
You were warned.
You were warned. It's too late now. You find yourselves in a forest. Very different to the one you are used to, unless you are Smoothie, in which case it's distressingly familiar. Despite it being daytime, the light is muted here, even in the clearing. There is no sign of what transpired here only 3 days ago. Dead wolves are gone, and there is no sign of the fight that happened. The standing stones maintain the portal for only a moment before it closes behind you and the silence of the forest descends. Trish and Helvig, you hear in the distance a howl. Creature you don't recognize. Smoothie does.
I get ready. Punch something.
It's a long way off.
I still get ready. I'm so tense. New place.
Valid.
And I'm going to do my best to show, don't tell, in terms of heading in the right direction. And I'm going to cast Sending under my breath. I assume I know exactly where I am, or do I need to clarify?
Yeah, you would know exactly where you are. Yeah.
All right. Last third level spell slot of the day. Selenux. I'm here with help. Do you know where you are? What can you tell me? You have 25 words. I'm coming.
I'm trapped in a hospital, tied down. There is a priest and a two-headed man. I don't think they took me far. Ruffle took me home.
Ruffle took you home. Do I know what a hospital might be, give or take?
No such thing really here. Bear in mind, Selenox ain't from here.
What's a hospital?
No, as in, like, you would know it's a place where people are treated for injuries and medical, but...
Never mind.
You don't have a hospital in here. The closest thing you could think of would be a monastery or an abbey.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one in Krezk.
And that's nearby where Selenox lives?
Well, that was the last town you were in. That's where Ruffles lived.
Okay. And am I close to there? How far of a journey are we looking at?
It was about 3 hours to Krezk from, well, outside of Krezk was this place.
Okay.
You're in far western Burrowvia.
Okay. And do I know, I vaguely remember, but like Smoothie, you said know specifically what these creatures are that I'm hearing?
Yeah, they're wolves.
Just wolves? Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. And they've never met wolves, full stop.
No. They look
Right.
like animalistic Vulpin.
Okay. Yeah, I think the culture shock and all of that stuff, he just assumes they know what they are, just like it's all good and all of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
If he sees Helvig like, I'm fucking ready to fight whatever that is.
Yeah, that's probably a good instinct, to be honest. As long as we're quiet, they shouldn't bother us. They tend to look for weak prey. If you make yourself look big, and scary, they don't tend to bother you. They're called wolves. They're like the fox people that you met, but without the brain power.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, sure.
Just like I said, if we run across them, fight if you have to. But the more noise you make, the more chance their families are gonna close in. So let's try to avoid them. Okay.
You know what? I think actually I'm going to retcon something because I kind of
Okay.
like it. I don't think they have in Burrowvia that the races are called what they're called. I think all bird folk are called bird folk. They
Yeah.
don't have Luma or
Makes sense
Strig
to
or
me.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so fox folk would be just that. Yeah, fox folk.
Especially if education's gone down somewhat in the past 100.
People have just forgotten the
years.
distinction. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So just keep moving, and I will lead them to the best of my ability, quietly and quickly. In fact, no, I've used my last third level spell slot. I'll wait and see if this is worth it later. We'll just I'll keep leading them through.
Just wait until they meet the family of baby owlbears, Tony.
Oh, you know what? You know what I can do now, actually. Okay. Yeah. Ready?
No. Every time. It's not that dark. It's daytime. And Helvig can see in the dark.
300 feet now.
Wow.
Why? Okay, you do that.
It's not daytime ever in this goddamn place.
Yeah, but it's not nighttime. It's sort of it's heavily overcast, but it is still bright enough to see by.
Whatever.
Ow.
High noon would be like dusk.
Anyway,
In terms of
300
ambient light.
feet.
You carry on. You head to Krezk, and you guys get to Krezk. There is you would come at it from the direction that Smoothie was led out of it by Ruffles, and Krezk is it's actually it's a walled town. It's one of the largest towns in Burrowvia. Not that you guys would know that. And there is a gate guarded. It's got a roof on it and everything. Like it's a fortified town. But you can tell within the town, the forest just continues. It's in a forest, and the forest is the wall is basically around a bunch of houses. They didn't bother to deal with the trees. There is a small amount of area on either side of the wall, so that basically you can't climb a tree and then jump over the wall. But that's basically it. The wall is to keep things that walk out, not stuff that climbs or flies. And you get to the gate. It is guarded. It's not even a palisade, Bishop Blood. This is a stone wall. Palisade tend to be wooden. This is a proper thing. It's been here for hundreds of years. It's well maintained, but it is clearly old. And you get to the gate. It's guarded. There are a couple of town guards, a bird folk and a humble folk, very very egalitarian. There's a Gallus and a Vulpin, both in. They are similar armor. It's not perfectly matching, but it is similar. And as close as you can for a bird and a fox. And they both have spears.
Is it the same uniform as my Corvum foe?
Your what now?
Merrick?
Oh, no.
No. Okay.
No. You would have seen armor like this before because Ruffles led you in, and the similar guards were at the
Mostly,
gate.
I'm just checking there hasn't been a huge uprising or something.
No.
No.
These are the town guard, not someone
Gotcha.
else.
Would I know I'm safe, or do I have to find a back way?
They would if they saw you, they would say, "Who goes there?"
Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is, have I done this before with Grandpa, or does he
been
do
here before?
the greeting thing, or does he find another way in?
No. He would go in the front way, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Then there's no reason to draw suspicion at this point. You know. So.
Who goes there? The Vulpin says.
I'll just look behind myself and just go. Just act like if you're not sure about something, don't talk. They don't like things they don't know. Yeah.
Right. Sorry. Let me get the voice right. Who goes there?
I thought about a Transylvania accent for 2 seconds, and then I'm like,
No.
I don't think I commit to this.
Vistani, why are you here?
We're seeking refuge for the night, sir.
One night?
That's the plan, unless there's work to be found.
You may want to talk to the Burgomeister. He may have work for adventure types.
We plan to, sir. That's on our list.
Okay. You can come.
All right.
Talk to Burgomeister Krezk. And he nods, and it's actually the first house in. And Smithy, you've been here before. You know this place is not a fancy place. This house is probably the biggest house in Krezk, which isn't saying much. And it's not a particularly fancy house. To say that this is the Burgomeister, you would have heard of Burgomeister Krezkov. Krezkovs have ruled Krezk for hundreds of years. So it's a noble family, and he rules the third biggest town in the country. And he lives in a house not much bigger than the largest house in Hollowdown. So, like, there is chickens in his back garden. Like,
What are those? I say internally.
I kind of look. I probably hear the intake of breath and just kind of chuckle to myself, like this feels familiar. Culture shock up the wazoo. Yeah. I will. I imagine I sort of hear that reaction, even if you don't say anything. Hell, they're gonna just like, don't worry, they're friendly. You can say hello to them if you want. They're called chickens.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Tiny
keep in
Dallas.
mind, people eat those, so different stuff.
What?
Yeah, I
Can they
should have.
talk?
I should have mentioned that the whole thing of me eating your stuff, kind of how I felt about this. This is very familiar. Can they talk? No, they cannot.
They just look like Gallus, but aren't Gallus.
I think I've heard that word like once in my life, but yes, but not.
They
Do you people eat Mapatch as well?
I honestly, I don't think.
I'm going to say raccoons probably actually aren't native.
Yeah. No, I mean, no. No one, if it walks around on two legs and can talk, it's not generally a thing, unless you're Strahd's people.
Oh wow, he is a dick.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Fennec eats people.
Yeah, but they're dead.
already dead. Yeah, that's the big.
These chickens will be dead when you eat them.
No, and they're pretending to be alive, God.
Yeah. Anyway, the more important question on my mind is: has my grandpa done any dealings with this guy in any capacity? And two, if so or if not, is he a Strahd sympathizer?
He's definitely not a Strahd sympathizer.
Okay.
These guys rule because Strahd he doesn't care who runs the place. They pay tribute as they must.
Yeah.
But no, he is. You would know broadly that the Burgomeister of Krezk is not an avid Strahd supporter. He probably wouldn't protect anyone from Strahd, but very few people are pro-Strahd.
Gotcha. Okay. But better to be paranoid and wrong, I think.
Yeah.
Under these circumstances, because my whole family and life is dead. And the first question: have I had any dealings, or do I know this fellow in any capacity?
You I don't. Your grandfather might have, but you would not have met him, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah. He.
All right.
Actually, you know what? Tell you what. Your grandfather knew his wife, Anna.
Gotcha. Okay.
She is the more religious of the pair. There is no resident priest in Krezk. The Abbey is a different matter. So that's the other thing I should have mentioned. As you come into Krezk, rising on a hilltop above the town, but within the wall, it's a pillar of rock, and on the top of it is a monastery or an abbey, but it's very, very similar, which is itself ringed by a small wall, and there is a sort of a zigzaggy path up the side of this hill to get to it.
Do I know what it's in worship to?
Saint Markovia.
Saint Markovia. Okay. Sure, that's not nepotism. Okay. I will go up and go. Now's a good time, Polly, to talk about what our cover story is if we want to go down that road. In case you couldn't tell, a lot of this, I'm kind of winging it because I kind of had to, because my family are all gone and I've got, it's just me and now us, I guess. So I'm sorry about that. But I kind of know I might be able to get an in with this guy, and I might be able to get some information about how I can free my friend. And once I free my friend, I think we can start getting some ground, and she will probably know a little bit more about me, about how to proceed. She's a soldier. She's real good at understanding all that battle time strategy stuff.
Okay.
And all of that. So that's what I want to do. And I'll introduce you guys and stuff. I think this woman that I'm going to be talking to will probably know me. Maybe she met me when I was a kid. I'm not too sure. But how do you guys want to be introduced? Do you want to pretend that you're locals, or do you want to just go with the open thing? Just be honest, I guess.
Well, what would be safer? Because I don't know anything about this place. I feel like if I pretend to be local, I'm not going to be able to.
Yeah, it's not going to. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. I think when in doubt, if we don't trust the person, we should fall back on being quiet, and I'll fill you in on what I can with the idea that you're mercenaries from around here, and so on.
Smoothie,
Yes,
the one thing you would know,
yeah,
about this town generally is the Burgermeister does not want trouble. He doesn't want people who Strahd would take an interest in.
Yeah.
Particularly, he's trying to. That everybody in Burrowvia is just trying to keep their head down. So introducing them as, "Hey, adventurers, look!" is probably not a great way to go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And Smoothie would know that. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
I should have bought a cloak because I'm so metal.
That's a good point. Are there any ways you guys can make yourselves look a little bit more subtle? Any at all?
No, but I guess I can scout people enough to leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, Helvig, you would have received it would have been a curious look by both guards as you walked in, like that is some dope armor. Look at that. That guy must be rich.
Which means we can expect some bandits in our future. Okay.
Well, I'm in like tattered clothes. I don't have armor, so I'm pretty like.
He got a pretty fancy spear, but otherwise, yeah.
I rubbed some dirt on the spear.
For the first time, well, not for the first time in his life, for the first most common time in his life, probably Helvig is gonna flex his intimidation. He's gonna
working off a passive intimidation.
Yeah, just scowl.
That might get you a certain distance, but you know what? I recommend before we do anything else, I'm gonna look around and find a muddy puddle if I can, and I'm just gonna grab some muck and just start kind of smearing myself with it. And I'm not gonna do anything, but I'd recommend to Helvig that they do the same.
Sure, I do the same, but make sure I don't catch it in any gears or anything.
Not in any soft gaps, no.
Yeah. Nice.
Damn it.
Nice, Jack.
How dare you?
I've been watching this whole
I'm gonna angrily put them on mud.
So now you're wearing muddy, awesome armor. Okay. You
But
go.
hopefully we can make it so that it's
Battle-worn
he.
dried
It
up.
is a he, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. He looks less metallic, right?
It's more battle worn than just
Yeah.
shiny and
Battle
Alright.
worn. Battle worn.
Yeah,
I could
sure.
say you
I'll
could
go
do.
with that. I'll go with that. Better than nothing. Okay.
He is so clearly robotic. If you get close and you have a chat with
there's
him,
no possibly
there's really no way
Okay.
of. Yeah.
So here's what I'm thinking. We go and these people kind of know who I am, and the Burgermeister doesn't want trouble, but maybe he can give us some clues if we're polite enough. And if we talk to his wife seems like the person. Do I know which Amaranthine she worships?
So yeah, she's not a true blue. So yeah, that was it. The place doesn't have a priest. In place of the priest, whenever a baby is born,
Yes.
Anna, the Burgermeister's wife, stands in for a religious person to sort of welcome them into the world and perform the blessing on the baby. Because that would normally be the role of a priest, and your grandfather did that. Probably was one of the more common things he did.
Yeah, that makes sense. Death rights and birth rights. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so she is. That would be why you knew her.
Did
when
she
you
do
were
it in the
around.
name of a particular Amaranthine?
But this is the thing. She doesn't know enough of them.
I see. So it's
the-
just a general thanks.
The Amaranthines.
guys.
Thanks,
Yeah.
dudes. They would say. I would say she would know Ardea and Titon day and night.
Gotcha.
But nothing more specific.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, at the very least, it's someone that has somewhat of a sympathy to our plight. So that's who I'd want to speak to. Can I listen to see if I can hear if they're inside?
Yeah, there is muted conversation in.
Okay.
And it's a male and female voice.
Okay. Then let's get started with that. Okay. So you guys are assisting me, and you guys are keeping me safe as I check in on one of the acolytes of the Amaranthines. Okay?
Okay.
Got that? Cool.
sure.
It's also worthy to note that people from outside of Burrowvia are not super uncommon, and when they are there, they do stick out like a sore thumb. Smoothie's met 2 already.
Yeah.
And him is still wandering around. You don't know what happened to him.
I will be looking into it, but under the
Yeah.
circumstances, he's
No.
in less straits than Celomox. So
Cool.
priorities.
So you head up and you knock on the door of the Burgermeister?
Yeah.
A few moments, the conversation stops inside, which you would hear immediately, and there is a few moments. Bishop Blood, could you roll me ! Roll space 2 in chat, please?
Uh-oh.
This is really just because there isn't a huge amount writing on it. I'm just curious. Dimitri is 1. 2. Okay. Anna opens the door. Thank you very much, Bishop. She the door doesn't swing open violently, but it is quite quick. Yes. Oh.
Hi.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a long time. I was even smaller last time I saw you.
Hey, please come in. Come in.
Yes. Is it all right if my my bodyguards came with me?
All right. Yes.
Sure. Come on in, you guys.
You're all welcome.
A walk in.
Welcome to Krezk. My father, my husband is
My
busy.
daddy.
Yeah. No, and for a very important reason, no. And not because it's gross. She's quite a handsome older lady. And I say older, she's mid-40s.
Sure.
Late 40s.
What breed is she?
Mappa.
Mapatch. There you go.
And yeah, she gives Trish. She gives
Ash and Trish combined.
a look over.
Using dance.
To sort of eyes linger on the tail, like keeps the tail well.
Very fluffy.
Very
Out
fluffy
of
tail.
character.
And she says, "Please come, sit.
Thank
May
you.
I offer you tea?"
I don't sit because I'm a bodyguard, Dab.
No.
Okay. Yes, please. It's been a little bit of a journey. And I wanted to talk to you about some recent happenings that have happened, if you don't mind.
Of course. I have a request as well.
Sure. Go ahead.
Your grandfather, is he still around?
Perhaps I should go through my to answer your
sorry.
question. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had heard there was a commotion. I hoped it was not you. It is good that you survive. Then I must ask you instead. My son, Ilya, is dead.
Okay.
Smoothie, you would be aware this woman, when you last saw her, had 4 children. The place does not have any children in it anymore. Ilya would probably have been a little younger than you. He was the youngest. And you know that they definitely had lost at least one the last time you talked to or saw them. He was our last. He has only been dead 7 days.
What
Can
happened?
you, a sickness, like his siblings. But he was the last of the Krezkovs. I am too old now to bear more. My husband would not ask. But I know it is the gift of some of your kind to bring them back.
I can have a look. Jack's looking at his spells very hurriedly. At the very is his body here?
At the back.
Okay.
We interred him 3 days ago.
3 days. But he's been dead. He's been gone a week.
Yes.
What's going on, Anna?
Nothing sus. It's ritual mourning.
Okay. All right.
Actually, good question. She says, many graves are disturbed around here. I just wanted to hold on to my baby a little longer. But we put him in and we keep an eye on it.
You said he's been dead 7 days.
Yes.
Okay.
She pours tea. And you, Trish, I would say you notice her hand tremors just slightly.
Okay.
She is holding up to it, though. She is a stiff woman. Stiff? Strong.
Stiff upper lip.
Yeah.
If you wanted to say something, Rachel, you can go ahead. No? Real good? Okay. There are some rituals I can do. it's going to have to wait an evening. I think I can, at the very least, extend the window so that I can make it a little bit. I can make it possible, but I can't promise anything. You understand? And for it, I'm going to need a diamond, a rather valuable one.
Okay,
Is that something you have?
we will get one.
Okay. Okay. Then I will do my best. I will. But is it all right if I tell you what's going on first?
If you need time, of course. Should I get Dimitri?
I don't think so, all things considered, ma'am.
Okay.
He
Do I need to keep this from him?
No, I don't. I think you should use your best judgment. I just think he's a leader trying to look out for his people, and I think he might do something rash if he found out what has happened and what we might be up to. They killed the circle. They killed all of them, everyone, except for me.
I did hear this. Trish and Helvig, you can make insight checks.
Oh, this is gonna be so good. Oh,
Trish. Yeah, this tracks. Trish, you saw her. This is a woman. You getting that this is a woman who would not normally keep anything from her husband. What one knows, it is generally considered that the other knows.
Okay.
Consider, you know something of Karen and my relationship. You tell one of us a secret, the other will know it, but it won't go any further. We need someone to talk to about it, but we won't tell anybody else. That is their sort of relationship. These two are very close, even though you've never met him. And you just saw her decide not to tell him something.
And she seemed truthful in that?
Yeah, that was because that wasn't a play acting. That wasn't a I am deciding not to tell my husband a thing. No, that was a all right, wow. To save my son, I will lie to my husband.
Wow. Okay.
man.
Is what you saw.
Okay, and I think under the circumstances, it would take him like maybe 15, 20 seconds after saying that, because it has been 2 days since he saw the slaughter of all this shit happen. So he kind of gets lost in his own thoughts for a second and then just kind of blinks.
She leans forward and, even in her grief, puts a hand on your shoulder and says, I know what it is like to lose someone.
Yeah. I believe
Good boy.
you.
We are Burrowvians. We are strong.
Mhm.
She leans back. Drink your tea.
I'll squeeze it as she leaves it. Okay. But you knew my grandfather. You knew what he was like. And he wouldn't hurt a fly.
No.
He pushed me out the door, Anna, and told me to find these guys. He told me that now was as good a time as any to try and rip out the poisoned roots out from the ground.
You seek to overcome that one.
I seek to try. But to do that,
A single tear.
I'm sorry.
No, do not be. You're a good boy. Grandfather would be proud. Thank you. She looks at Helvig and Trish. For coming. I know you are not of this place. You are from the wood beyond. Yes?
They
I'd say
are-
nothing.
They are heroes where they come from.
If I could sweat, I would.
And my grandfather had heard of them. And I don't have a plan. I'm making this up as I go along, Anna, but I have a friend who's smarter than me and is in a place, an abbey, I think, not too far away from here. I need a way in and a way out.
Wait here. She gets up, and Smoothie, you can hear her go out one door. There is no upstairs. She goes out one of the doors. She walks through a second door from the room beyond, and to answer Omi's question, because it is a good one for chat, he didn't hear of Trish, Caper, and Helvig Dewpoint. He heard of the Defenders of Alderheart.
Title.
It's
Yeah.
a title that they have gained, but there are loads of them. Riffin is a defender of Alderheart. So is Susan and Lazarus. In fact, Trish is a savior of Alderheart, which is an upgunned version. It's like Knight of the Garter as opposed to just normal Knight. Trish is like high tier. Lazarus was not a savior. He was a defender, which is what Helvig is. Helvig got rezzed after the fact, so sadly no.
The fact that I'm still a defender of Alderheart after I tried to murder everybody is,
he's
pretty good.
I mean, the fact that Helvig was trying to murder everybody is the reason Trish is a savior. So
Happy to
So
give
you
you
should,
assist.
you should
Yeah.
thank me for
Pound
your
it.
promotion.
there you go. So yeah, Grandpa had heard of the Defenders of Alderheart as an organization rather than these specific ones. He probably heard of Lazarus, actually. Got the wrong Corvum. Got the right
don't have
Corvum. Yeah. Got the right map edge. Definitely the right Metalvig. Anvil wrought. Sorry, that is the answer to Omi's question. You would hear her go in and you would hear whispering. It is at the bottom end of your perception. If you want to overhear, you can roll a perception.
Well, I mean, I will, under the circumstances, you know what? No, actually, it's probably too important. I was going to say he's trying to be polite, but under the circumstances, it's love or death. So let's give it a go. So 25.
Yeah. You hear pretty much her entire conversation. You come in and say, Dimitri. The Vistani boy is here. He thinks he can bring back Ilya. He requires a diamond. A valuable one. But this is not why I am talking to you. He will do right by us, but we should do right by him. So, you need to help him, yes? And you hear him go back. What is it he needs? Come, meet him yourself. He has brought help. You know, we must protect our people. Anna. This will protect our people. And then you hear the creaking of a large figure getting out of a chair. And Trish, a big Mapatch, comes in after Anna. He's not as big as your Man Mountain friend in Alderheart, but he's a big chap. He has to turn slightly to come through the door. Like
Oh boy.
it just like he would get stuck shoulder-wise. He's broad, not super tall, but broad.
I'm not intimidated by this man.
He is quite genteel looking, though. He is a farmer, but an important one. His facial fur has been trimmed into a goatee. He's not bald elsewhere, but yeah, he has like it has been trimmed down to make it look like the Mapatch equivalent of a goatee.
Amazing.
He is in his early 50s. He's got a lot of silver in his fur. He's a handsome man. They actually make a really handsome older couple, like really gorgeous couple. And the Anna precedes him through. Says, "My husband, Dmitry Krezkov." And
Hello, sir.
he bows politely, not deeply, but politely. To all three of you. Welcome to Krezk. I hear you have something you are looking for, and makes no mention of the assistance regarding Ilya.
Yes, sir. We appreciate your assistance in this. We are very appreciative, right, guys?
Very much so,
He
yes.
A
chuckles.
single nod. Some
Who is
cool
it you
now.
seek? You came here, 3 days ago? And the rat of a Corvum, he helped you?
A Corvin tried to kill me, if that's what you mean.
No, the other one. Ruffles.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much he helped. Maybe in his own way.
He returned here with the owl.
Yeah,
Then he fled. Once Merrick came back.
he didn't hand her in.
He held her for a while in his house. Then the other one, Merrick, he returns, takes her up to the Abbey.
Abby, yeah, that's. And he's like having trouble trying to not keep the smile off his face, hearing Ruffles is like
Not
trying
here.
to do better, trying to do better.
No, Ruffles didn't take him up to the Abbey.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
He like he was trying to do a better than what happened. Like, you know, like in his own way, he's trying to do good. Is what I'm saying. That's how Smoothie
Sure.
did it. He kind of look. Yeah. Well, that owl. Her name is Selenox, and we don't know where she's held up at the Abbey, but we don't have much more information. Anything that you can do to make it easier for us to get her out.
The abbot is insane. But I believe fundamentally means well.
Yeah.
He is a swan folk. The rest of the creatures up there, though, well, the abbot, he requires a tribute of wine once a fortnight. It is provided by a local vineyard. I do not know why he needs this, but he does. So I provide it, and he provides the occasional healing services for those here in the town. It is mutually beneficial, though he definitely gets the better deal. But I don't want to rock the boat, because the man seems to have the ear of Strahd. Which would be why he is housing your friend.
Which is why we need her out, sir.
The way in? Well, tomorrow. Another shipment of wine arrives.
Okay. Do you want us to be drivers or product?
Guards, drivers. This one would probably need to be disguised. He points at Helvig. For no reason other than you are very visually striking.
His kind of how dare doesn't really come out of his demeanor. He's still trying to play the I'm a bodyguard role.
It wouldn't hurt for us all to be disguised if that's something you can help us out with, sir. The longer that they don't know what they're looking for and we can keep them looking in other directions, the safer you all can be, right?
This is true. Do you know where in the Abbey?
She mentioned being strapped to a bed. She mentioned. Can you remind me, Josh, or is this
A hospital.
one of those?
She said a hospital.
She said like a place of healing.
The second floor. I don't know where exactly. The one wing, Josh is just doing cardinal directions in his head.
News.
The eastern wing. This is where he keeps the creatures. So the infirmary would probably not be there. So think probably the northern wing,
Okay.
near the bell tower.
Excuse me, sir. What do you mean by foul?
The abbot. Make me a persuasion check.
Oh, okay.
It just determines how much lore you're gonna get. 16, you get quite a little bit of lore.
More lore.
He sits back and says, "Oh no, more tea, please, my dear." And Anna gives him an eyebrow, and then gets up, nods, and goes, and bustles loudly around in the kitchen. Women in this place don't like being told to get tea.
He's gonna pay for that later.
He says,
Ooh.
"I will pay for that later." The creatures, the abbot, is over 100 years old, but looks no more than 20. He is a healer of some sort. My grandfather was Burgomeister when the abbot arrived. He came to heal, and at first he was good at it. He saved many lives. We were blessed. Light shone more regularly. The sun was seen once a month, if you can believe it. But in this place, it does things to people. The better you are, the faster it takes. One time a family arrived. Lepers. Bits falling off them. Bestial people. They called the Bellevue family. The whole lot of them. All diseased. They came to him for healing. And he healed them. But then he started experimenting. Trying to make them different. Better was the term he used. I heard. Now he seeks more and more strange creatures, abominations. These things, they look like 2 or 3 people melded together. Parts of one and parts of another. Some not even people. One I saw had a reptile skin on one arm. The rest is fur. I ask my wife to leave because she has not seen it and I do not wish to upset her dreams any further. Please do not speak of this when she returns, as she does. Thank you, my love. This is all I can tell you of the abbot. I know little, deliberately so. But, and I cannot stress this enough, while he does bizarre things, I still believe he intends good. And there is something, he is different. There is not, he is, at first we thought vampire. But no. If he does not feed here. But he drinks a lot of wine. Now, I was told you need a diamond.
Yeah.
And the topic shifts. How big a diamond?
Big as you can get, sir.
Is there a value? This is a spell component.
Yep. I can tell you. I was just talking character because he wouldn't necessarily throw that out there. But
he's a knowledgeable man. He is not necessarily a very particularly well-traveled man, but he is a knowledgeable man. He knows how magic works, even if he can't do it.
Okay. Well, the truth is, sir, the quicker that I can get my friend out, the sooner that I have a window to open. At the very least, I need to have a rest so I can prepare the spell I need, which will extend the window for when I cast the spell. After that, including tomorrow, I have 3 days. And then I can't do anything about it.
Right. Understood.
But for
I
how
will acquire
much
the best diamond I can in 3 days.
Yeah. I think is Raise Dead a 5th level spell, or am I lying? Could be.
Raise Dead is
Raise Dead's
3rd.
Ah.
5th?
Revivify is 3rd.
Yeah.
Which is a minute.
That's what I was thinking of then.
Yeah.
In that case, yeah, no longer than 10 days. For example, for some reason I thought I had access to it. That's very unfortunate. Okay. Then the best I can do is just promise that I will get to it. So we'll keep the same conversation, but essentially,
you can maintain the body.
I'll add that I can maintain the body, but he might need to find a scroll. If that's beyond him for the sake of brevity, then it requires another spell, which Jack doesn't know at the top of his head. But that's even more expensive. But it is possible.
Right. Scroll.
It's possible that this guy might have it, or we can.
If you could inquire of this, then I am more than happy to lend you any assistance.
Do you think it might work better coming from the guy who's been feeding him wine all this time?
I have not been quiet about my distrust and dislike for the situation. I had not thought it would come to this.
I'll do my best, sir. If I can find the scroll from there, then I can promise you that I'll bring it straight back and I'll make it work.
He leans in. My other reason is, I would not willingly trust even the corpse of one I love to that man.
I see. So only the scroll, not his assistance. Gotcha.
Look, if he is able to do it, you were there. You know how it works, even if you cannot do it yourself. This would be acceptable. My wife is very keen on this idea.
I can ensure it. Yeah. If he's the only way to make it work, let me just double check before I talk out of my ass again. With the spell I'm thinking of, for the duration, which is 10 days, it can't decay and it can't become undead, sir. That's a promise.
Very well. I'll get my shovel. And he goes out and exhumes the corpse of his son. And I think we'll leave it there. Burrowvia is not a happy place. Brace yourselves for this.
The tone has been set.
Yeah.
I'm glad I had Smoothie take that extra 10 seconds in the sun. Fuck.
Yeah, that's it. That's that. You know what? I'm going to play music Tears for a Vampire. And we're going to do our favorite moments.
Oh, man, that was such a good session.
Yeah. Guys, amazing. Yeah. We're going to do something now that we like to do all the time. We, at the end of every session, it's something we borrowed from the dreaded GM. We talk about our favorite moments, because being a creative is difficult. And nice to be told when you did good stuff, and it helps you improve when you acknowledge that what you did was good. So, other people are going to tell each other how good they were. Chat, if you have your favorite moments, we'd love to hear them. Please chuck them up in chat. Get to see what you think. I love Roro's comment as well. Just to be clear, I love the T-sass, not the horrific creatures. Yeah. Do you love the idea that you're strapped to a bed in a place where somebody makes horrific monstrosities? Ro? Do you like that? Is that a good bit, Ro?
Pretty good.
Woo! Okay, so favorite people moments. Who wants to go first? Who wants to be the first one we talk about? I've got one written down. I can definitely come up with more.
I've got a bunch written down, but I often start, so someone else should start.
Hashtag terrified, says Ro. I'm going to talk about Smoothie first then. I want to talk about Jack.
Hi.
My favorite moment was the phrase, and the repeated use of, the phrase, supposed to.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Well, I hated it because it gave me a spine chill every time. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, he's trying to convert you, and I loved it.
No, I'm not. I'm just confident.
Yeah.
I don't need to convert anybody to shit. No, I'm not. I'm not. That is not his intention. His intention is simply to go, hey, it's right in front of your face. Whether you choose to see is up to you.
Yeah.
No
that
God
irritating
does
kind of God botherer. Omi has 2 written down. Alrighty.
Ooh.
Well. Other people can tell Jack first.
I really liked you pausing outside the portal. That was heartbreaking. I really liked that moment.
I liked you. Your moment with the name escapes me. The farm girl by the
Sarah.
cocoons. Yeah, Sarah. That was really cute.
Yeah, we got the polka cocoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 days, Omi, and yeah. I really liked that moment as well, the whole thing with Sarah, and hey, 5 gold, that's enough for a tapestry? No, it's all I've got. Oh, that'll do. Fuck it. And yeah, that was really, I loved getting to be Sarah and Janice
Yeah.
again.
It was a personal promise that he made. He wants to be like it's his personal commitment to not give up. So he can see the tapestry.
Roro's Smoothie, when he asked Rusty if he knew Selenox, because they're both string. Yeah. There is an outside chance. The thing is, there is an outside chance Selenox knows Rusty, but Rusty would not have heard of Selenox. Rusty is reasonably famous for a
Accidentally racist.
Yeah. Favorite Smoothie? Yeah. Thank you very much. Jack, favorite self moment?
Oh man. There was so many lovely moments. I think it was a together moment, which I kind of internalized, which is when Rach and Dan held hands in character and said he had each other. Now, I didn't vocalize it, but Smoothie would have heard that, and he would have been leading, and he technically has no one. And I kind of internalized that moment, and that was
that's right.
That's so
You're alone, and we
miserable.
have friends.
Yeah.
Could have taken Sarah with you.
That was probably my favorite moment, because it was one of those like
Ooh.
just true character things.
Yeah.
You know, that was
Yeah.
for me.
Bishop Blood Smoothie and his microaggressions.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean?
It's gonna be us who's gonna have the microaggressions in Burrowvia.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Helvig's
Like
full of
accidental
microaggressions. Yeah. You eat those? That's a gallus. Like, you have a friend who eats beans. Not alive. Yeah, well, neither are the
dead.
gallus when they're dead. When you eat them. I also really liked Smoothie giving Helvig a win. That was cute.
I did not deserve that.
It was very cute. Cool. Alrighty. Lovely Smoothie moments. Who should we talk about next?
Josh,
Yes.
because mix it up.
Ah.
Alright, let's do it.
Yeah, fuck you, Josh.
Unfortunately, my writing is trash, so I'm trying to remember what it says. It says church and to happy. I don't know what that means. My favorite.
The description of the church in the morning.
Yes, that's what it was. Somber. That's what the word
Somber
is.
to
Somber.
happy, yeah.
Somber to happy. That was great. And also the Anna gives me life because she reminds me of the wife in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. It's like if you haven't seen that movie, it's wonderful, but it's great. It's honestly a great comedy. And there's a line that she says in that movie where she goes, "My darling," and she's talking to her daughter, and she goes like, "My darling, darling girl," because she's like upset with her dad, and she goes, "The man may be the head, but the woman is the neck, and she can turn the head any way she wants." And I got that vibe so hard from Anna.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
great.
Cool. That was my intent. Yeah.
I liked the mad science lore drop.
Oh,
Oh, it's great.
Cool and horrifying. And yeah, like I said, the tone has been set succinctly, so just that we're there and immediately we know that this is fucked.
Miserable. Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'll be honest, I selected Krezk as a place pretty much out of just like, where's the furthest on this map from the castle? There you go. That's the largest, that's the major settlement nearest to the edge that is a long way from Ravenloft. That'll be where they cross. I didn't really do any reading about the sort of what the shit that's going on. All of this is in the book. That's what's really cool. It's a very, very detailed book. I have barely scratched the surface of all the lore in it. Basically, whenever you go to a new place, I'm like, okay, what's happening here? Krezk has got 2 or 3 major things going on in it. And I'm like, wow, you found 2 of them straight off the bat. Good job. I'm just like, I had to do very, very little. And it's really neat getting to, pick up something that is so detailed. And I'm like,
It's so fucked.
yeah. Oh, the whole place is
so
completely fucked. Yeah.
I'm having to.
You don't even know.
No, I don't.
It's so much worse that it's already standing out. Like, I am, for the next couple of episodes, I'm going to have to put a content warning body horror on them because, I'm
excited. This is my jam.
I've gone through Burrowvia before. I thought never again, but here I am, just like Burrowvia wants. My favorite Josh moment is the conspiratorially, in the conspiratorial manner, you had to take Smoothie down to see Darkest.
Yeah. It's like, all right then, go on. Fine.
That was great.
Yeah. I had a couple of favorite me moments. I really liked. As I've said before, I love it when you guys make me make bullshit up. And yeah, the whole thing with the church was really, really cool. I love it when you make me make up religion lore. Because it's not something that the book goes into. The book goes into quite a bit of detail. There is a whole chapter on the Amaranthines, but nothing about how worship is done. So yeah, that's me there. But I also really enjoyed dumping Trish in a trough. I thought that was really funny.
Pretty good.
That's so
It's not something I'm going to do anymore. I think 2 is enough. But just Rusty's sass was fun. And that interaction actually, and that leads us neatly. I'm going to jump us over now to favorite Trish moments, because that interaction between Trish and Rusty was one of my favorite Trish moments. Was so you are here. You're here in the avium. Sorry, I have a lot of head injuries.
The concussions build up, folks.
Yeah. And it's like, no, you just carried the 2 and you picked up immediately what I was putting down. And you were like, don't you do the math wrong? And he's like, yeah, I'm making a big thing of this. Actually, I know perfectly well how to put you in hollow down. You like water, don't you, to this pipe? So yeah, that was one of my favorite Trish moments. I have others, but you guys can go.
mine by far was hearing Trish go, "I need to help people," and I felt that.
Yeah.
I felt like that. Presumably, is Trish in a sentence.
Yeah.
And that's great. Like, there's nothing better when a movie or a piece of media gets to state its theme and it doesn't feel cheap. And that felt so earned, and it made so much sense because you don't know Smoothie. You don't like. There's no reason for you to do this and all of that stuff. It's survivor's guilt almost. It sounds like it was brilliant. I love that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna tack on a little bit more to that because it wasn't who she was when we started.
Oh, I gathered that. Yeah, I've been watching.
No, it's really cool, and I couldn't actually honestly pinpoint exactly when Trish was like, "Fuck, no, that's who I am. That is what I do." But yeah, it's probably sometime after Helvig, to be honest. But yeah, definitely.
My favorite Trish moment, aside from Bishop Blood's comment in chat where you wrote a natural one lifting off the rock, that was just also good.
The barbarian who couldn't lift a rock. Yeah.
It's fine. I'm sorry. Wrote a -1. Was asking Anna, or no, sorry, her husband, whose name already left my brain, Dimitri. What he means by foul, and it dawning upon your face that, oh my god, it's
fucked.
This is fucked.
Yeah. Shit's fucked.
Yeah. Favorite self moment, and then we'll go through chat because chat's got a bunch of favorite Trish.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have already said my big ones. But I guess I liked my terrible garbage message. I thought it was going to be a phone call, and I just botched it completely. But I got the point across,
I don't even know what you said because I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Listen,
I'm looking forward to the VOD. I'll get it.
Trish doesn't hate magic, but she finds it deeply confusing and frustrating. So...
Favorite Trish from Bishop Blood, when Trish ripped both her arms off trying to lift that rock. Roro also enjoyed that one. Helvig looking all fancy, but Trish is just a tattered shirt. Trish is squad in potential trouble. Yeah, she's there to stab. Trish freaking out at what Kesh said. Yeah, that was going to be my other one. Whereas Trish, the look on your face, because I didn't know what you said, but I knew what Kesh said, and I could see you're like,
it was like all of my worst fears about society were actually true.
Yeah. So I found out all of this bullshit and I managed to sum it up in 25 words.
Fuck.
And I'm here with Bennick, a friend of yours, and a guy you absolutely detest. And Julio. Yeah, all of those were excellent moments. All right, favorite Dan moments.
Bodyguard vibes.
Yeah.
Just... Don't fuck with me, I'm a bodyguard. I'ma fuck you up. Don't look at me twice. That was great. As well as just our vibe with the why not supposed to thing. Cause cause you said that. And I said that, yeah. And I thought that was great because obviously because I'm in character, I'm looking for any opportunity. And it's just like, oh, interesting choice of words. So that's good.
What? What you mention?
So that dynamic is my favorite as well. I'm really enjoying kind of just playing along the lines and not kind of going like, hey, you know what's cool? Religion. But instead just kind of going like,
Know what you got?
Yeah.
Holy Spirit.
No. God.
Gross. I hate Henwin. She's gross.
My favorite Helvig moment was the letter that he, his angry letter, that he set on fire and sent to and leaving his fireflies behind. And, all of it.
Oh yeah.
All of that.
Trailing it behind, man.
I also really enjoyed Pierre. Pierre. Like, that offer to me, and I was just like, yeah, all right, I guess. What would he write? I want to just say Pierre, but no, he will say loads of Piers. Yeah, that offer to him, I was like, hey, you want to get something out? And he's like, yeah, I fucking do. I hate that guy.
I was like, oh my god. Out of the two of us, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I wish we could have been friends, whatever. And Pierre's like, I hate you. I hope you die.
You spoiled Helvig.
Tacking
Now
on
we're both
the
metal.
back of that, just to like tack on the back of that, it was really interesting, like as a reminder that he's got such a more complicated relationship with the aspect of fire than everyone else. Because Trish, it's just like, yep, that was the bad guy. We killed it. We were supposed to kill it and we did it. Great. But it's so much more complicated for Helvig. And it was a really interesting reminder of that. Yeah, that was really cool. Also, I liked you holding Trish's hand as we went through the portal. That was cute. It was really sweet.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, it's me now. Oh god. Oh no, I wasn't ready.
Bishop Blood says Helvig flailing around for the runes and all the Pierre stuff. And yes, it's PYR, Pierre. Yeah. Like
Salty X.
For someone who is catching up, could you clarify the Pierre thing ever so briefly?
Pierre is a not a pseudo dragon, like a dragonfly.
Yeah, he is statistically a pseudo dragon familiar, but he is because dragons aren't a thing. He's a dragonfly because
or at least on this plane, he's a dragonfly.
Yeah.
And PYR was mad.
PYR is the correct.
Yeah.
It's fairy dragon. That's the word we were looking for. Yeah, he's a fairy dragon, but the size and stats of a pseudo dragon.
Gotcha.
And yeah, on the plane of fire, he is a giant molten adult dragon sized thing. I used the stats for an adult copper dragon, and they kicked the shit out of it. Yeah, they had to fight him because he wasn't prepared to let Helvig leave.
Yeah, he was very possessive.
Yeah, because it was
his master.
Well, in fairness, he was your life support system. If you left, he died. So he had reason to want you to stay. And look, he's fine.
He's fine.
You managed to save him this time.
Very good.
But now he's a robo fairy dragon.
He's a robo fairy dragon.
Not quite robo. He's like half robo.
Euthanized Pierre.
Yeah, with Trish's spear.
Look, he was fine with it.
He was.
Stab him.
He actively let you do it. Yeah.
Where was I? My favorite self moment, aside, everyone's already said the good stuff, including chat, but drinking whiskey in the morning. After
I also love
talk with Trish about trying to console her, and he was just like, okay, cool. That did not hit me at all. Hit me with the whiskey, please. I'm fine, definitely. Let's just drink.
What I quite like is that you can't get drunk.
He doesn't know that. I don't think
he can probably get placebo drunk.
I think he for sure does get placebo drunk. For sure.
Like this cider is so strong. It's apple. I don't waste cider on him. He can't taste it. He's made of metal. It's just running out of his insides. It's draining out through the bits. Rich getting drunk off the caper mash. Oh yeah, caper smash. Yeah.
Caper smash. Caper smash.
Caper smash. No, that's what Trish says when she goes into a rage. Caper smash.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Excellent. Now. We also had a favorite Kesh moment. Favorite Kesh. So funny story. Cult in the council. We're pretty much fucked for the major story arc on our end. Watch your ass. Watch your ass. Because Kesh appears for a second, so she gets acknowledged. Absolutely, I agree, Omi. And Kesh can truly explain a major plot device in 25 words. Dude, Helvig could make bank off drinking contests with a good deception check and performance.
Only he knows he can't get drunk, dude.
Yeah, when he figures that out. Yeah. Alrighty, well, guys, that was amazing and reasonably time efficient. Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
I want to say thank you to our raiders. Thank you, Mike, for bringing your lovely friends, and and to all of you people for sticking around. If you haven't already, please smash that follow button if you've enjoyed your experience this evening. We've loved having you.
Yeah.
Unless you've already smashed the follow button, don't do it again. Otherwise. We should go away from here now and find someone to raid. But before we do that, we need to talk about a few things, including Ukraine. The Ukrainian people are having a bit of a shitty time right now, as you might be aware if you've been paying attention with the news. Actually, irritatingly, it's stopped being covered in the news, and that pisses me off, because it's still very much a thing. It would be great if, the news coverage would come back, so, like, I have to now research to find out how it's going. Not splendidly. If you have any coins to throw towards the emergency action appeal, that would be groovy of you. We also have a special link for Wootenforge. Our lovely friends at Wootenforge have given us an affiliate link. So if you fancy getting yourself some beautiful handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories by a West Australian manufacturer, hand-tooled by Aaron Wooten himself, and often by Nate as well. These beautiful things, head on over there to woodenforge.com/Corsairs Cove, and we get a cheeky kickback so you can support a local Australian business and a local Australian Twitch channel. How groovy. They do international shipping, so yeah, hit them up. Beyond that, guys, who the absolute heck are all of you? Rachel, who the heck are you?
Hello.
Fucking heck are you?
Heck. Hello, my name is Rachel Foucault. That's who I am. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Rachel Foucault, and you can find the book that I wrote, The Rings of Mars, right here on the internet. And if you don't, I'm going to get exactly 3 bags of, that instant mashed potato stuff. 3 bags of that. I'm going to sprinkle it across your front lawn. You're not going to know it's there, but when it rains, mashed potatoes. It's going to be weird. And you're going to be like, why is there mashed potato all over my lawn? What do I do with this? How do I fix this problem? Is it a problem? I don't know. It's going to be deeply confusing.
Yeah.
So buy my book is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Are you going to keep your name if you end up when you because you're engaged, right?
I'm engaged.
Are you taking his name?
I've decided not to for various reasons.
No, understood. I just thought that was amusing based on what we talked about at the beginning, because it would be taken.
It would be taken by someone he's directly related to. He has a cousin named Rachel O'Brien. I'm like, that's too fucking close. No, sorry. I'm keeping my beautifully unique name. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and we can't have 2 O'Briens on the stream.
That's just confusing.
That would be. Yes, I wouldn't be able to tell you between Jack and Rachel anymore. Okay, Rachel, do not waste good mashed potatoes, you monster. Omi, powdered mash is not good mash.
It's not
good mash. Tony Karlstrom makes an excellent point about Ukrainians. He has a Ukrainians that sell bakery stuff here in his little town, Bulga, for medical aid to Ukraine. Every Sunday they bought some really, really awesome things yesterday. No idea what it's called, but it was so effing good getting more this Sunday. Cool. Good on you, Tony. Nice. Thanks very much.
Hang on, Bishop Blood is saying that Rachel wrote a book. Did you?
Never heard of it.
Oh,
What?
did I not mention that? Yeah. It's not a big deal.
Bring it back.
Jack, who the heck are you?
Who am I? I'm waiting for my inevitable riff of some kind where people pay the shit out of me. My name is Jack O'Brien. I'm a professional dungeon master at dungeonmasterforhire.com.au. And you can find about my creative exploits on jackobrienonline.com. Thank you for joining us, Internet.
Because Rach forgetting to promote her book again.
Unfortunate. The priority.
That's why no one knows about it. That's why, we're...
That was too close to
that was not meant. That wasn't meant as mean as it came out.
That's why no one buys.
Yeah, that's why no one buys a shitty book because you don't tell them about it on Twitch. That's why.
Oh God.
Can't sell it my father.
Save me. Dan, who are you?
Hello, I am Dan the Meat Space, D-Rabbit the Cyberspace. I am. Yep. Here we are. Look, it's time to
Happy birthday.
just
to
move on with our
you.
lives. Am I
Happy
ageless? Who
birthday.
knows? I will just keep talking like this until Josh says otherwise, because I don't know how much respite he needs after the ordeal that just happened. But I can't just keep talking. So here we
good.
go. Great.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. I wonder how many watch lists Rachel is on due to all the threats she makes over the internet.
Going for the record. I don't know what the record is, but I'm going for it.
That goes down for getting to promote his Dan shot.
Fuck. I'm sorry, Bishop Blood. I failed you.
Madame et Monsieur, Dame und Herren and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate, and you can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, which I run with my lovely lady wife. But you've done that already. Good job. Keep doing it. We will be back tomorrow night for more home brewing, where I am building a new system in which to play mech battling things. Battletech, specifically. We had a really good session last week. I've made an awful lot of progress. Basically, figured out what a Centurion would be like, which is kind of cool. Karen and I will be back for 1v1 mano a mano on Thursday night with me back in the DM seat. That's going to be fun. So, that's the future for us. And then Friday night, I'm over on Ardana for In Between, the continuing adventures of my Copper Dragonborn. And on Sunday, we're back into Osiris on Eldritch Scribe. It is also worthy to note, as Omi pointed out in chat, our very own AJ Winters, who isn't actually our very own anymore because she is very much her own person and has her own channel, can be found over on twitch.tv/Winters Tales. Our very own Jude Littlefoot, that one I can claim, is starting her new series tomorrow night. Is it tomorrow night? I thought it was Wednesday. I think it might be tomorrow night for the Americans. Is it tomorrow? I thought she was...
Yeah, it's tomorrow. It's the 2nd of August.
I could have sworn she was streaming on Wednesday night. Alrighty, cool. Well then,
for us, 2nd of August for us in the...
Omi would know.
Australian Western Standard Time. Oh.
Very well. Thursdays it is. Tuesdays it is. Yes, you would know, yeah. Cool, Omi, good. Well, AJ is starting that tomorrow night, and it's going to be wicked. It's streaming from a studio right here in WA. So head on over to Winter's Tales and check that out. Or come and hang out with me for Homebrew and raid her. That either way would be fun. So, guys, we need to chuck a raid to somebody else now. Now, we raid Eldritch Scribe all the time, but someone is streaming who we haven't raided in a long time. We are going to raid Agent number 1. Because he's a legend. Well, we are going to start that raid up now. He is playing Stray, whatever that is. Agent is a lovely guy.
Game.
There you go. He's playing Stray, so we can go and watch that. Agent is a lovely man. Chaotic Platypus, thank you so much for coming and enjoying. I always love it. Chaotic Platypus just jumps up at the end and says, thanks. You're very welcome, you bloody legend. Exactly, represent. So we will chuck that raid over there now. Guys, throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Tell Kieran where you came from. He's a lovely guy. He's a Canadian friend of mine who played in the first game I ever played online. High level D&D game there. So yes, we're gonna chuck that raid up now, and guys, say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Cool.